Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. We apologize for the technical difficulties, but ESFL are back with another stacked event with ESFL 71, as Pryoxis looks to make his comeback to the ESFL with a bang, as he takes on the tough challenger in Swift Trickz, as he looks to upset the former champion. We also have a PS4 exclusive fight tonight as Unibot takes on ever-improving Papa Doc.
Ooh.
I'm accompanied in the booth today by two fantastic gentlemen in Ed Parker and Ruthless Don. So Ed, tell me how you're feeling tonight about this stack card we have ahead of us, man.
Stan, mate, when I made my debut, I thought, mate, what a cracking card it was. But now this one's even better, in my opinion, especially, like you said, with the added PS4 exclusive fight, Papadok and Unibot.
Mm.
I'm really excited to see that one for sure. So, Ruthless Don, you haven't been in the booth a while. How are you feeling tonight? What fight are you most looking forward to in the card?
Well, tonight I'm most certainly looking forward to seeing these two ground veterans, Buck Flair and Bez Perel, go at it. Because as somebody who really enjoys the groundwork and the psychology behind it, I'm interested to pick up some tips and tricks so that I can actually compete with those two because they're pretty good online.
Exactly, that's good. Right, speaking of the card, let's take a look at the lineup tonight. So, Stan, first fight. What do you think? How's this going down?
Well. We've got Freddie Man who made his he's I wouldn't want to know, but either way, I think he made his debut last event. He looked really good in that event. One of my favorite fights of the night. I cannot wait for that first fight of the night. Your thoughts on this, Ruthless Don?
I mean, I've been off the scene for a little while. I don't have much. I'm interested to see how these two
Mm.
lower uh, out of the top 15 men do trying to push their way into the top 15. So they're going to go for broke. Got to see a little bit of sparring from F Man beforehand, but I won't reveal any too many secrets as to what I think is going to go down.
Right, that all sounds good. So, without further ado, I think we should get into the first fight. Let's see if these boys are ready. Yep, they are. They're ready to go. Looking like we're gonna have a nice classic Brian Ortega Frankie Edgar matchup. We all know how this happened in real life, but it's going to be interesting to see the approach Freddie Mann brings to the table when he's fighting a grappler. And we saw game room's performance last card. He did surprise a few people. So what do you think this matchup's down? What do you think Freddie Mann's approach is going to be, especially with that Ortega pick?
Well, I think every Brian Ortega's game plan is, to get it down, get a submission. But I do think that when you pick Frankie Edgar, it's you're looking to just keep that on the feet. I think a lot of people saying, Frankie Edgar, against Brian Ortega isn't the greatest choice, but if you use him correctly, he's great. He's got level 5 boxing combinations, he's got cardio for days, and Brian Ortega hasn't got the greatest combinations. He's got good boxing, but most of his stuff you can't really combo into kicks with him. So, but I do think when you're Brian Ortega, you're looking to get to the mat no matter what. What do you think on this, Don? Very interesting matchup.
well, Well, as of right now, you're looking at Game Room, and he's putting the pressure forward. He's landing hooks. He's landing that uppercut every time he sees man go down and attempt to. I don't even know what that is. I guess a duck, but uh, I'm definitely looking to, and I agree. His hands are there. His cardio's there. And if the fight does end up getting on the ground, his 94 ground game is definitely enough to keep the pace and avoid getting subbed. So it's a excellent choice depending upon how he uses them and doesn't overthrow and doesn't overcommit to get landed by something unpredictable from Ortega.
Yeah, the ground game definitely is a very dangerous thing that both guys have to look out for because Ortega's got a deadly bottom game and Edgar's got a deadly top game. But it looks like right now
Ooh.
Game Room's just coming forward, keep it tight, slipping, ripping combos. But he did get caught right there and rock. So Game Room's got to come back, keep pressuring him like he was at the start, staying tight, ripping them small little combos, and he was being really effective with that. Look at Freddie Mann's head health; it's come down very
Oh,
quickly. On Stan, you've just seen something.
yeah, I do think I'm a little bit behind you guys.
Oh,
Again,
you might have
like
just seen
last
that
time.
rock, but yeah, it's a good fight nonetheless. It's still very even back and forth with the exchanges. So yeah, it seems to have slowed down. I think they're both guys are chilling out. As I say that, Freddie Man lands a beautiful three-piece combo and starts chipping away at Game Room's head health. This is
Mm,
good. This is really good.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
man.
Seeing a lot of rounded strikes from Ager and a nice I don't know if you guys just saw that I'm at 154, but he threw a nice high kick there. So I mean, he's mixing it up well. He's not being one dimensional, and that's all you have to do when it comes to being
Mm,
a
mm.
good Frankie Edgar. And don't overcommit. You know, he's got good reach, but he doesn't have like the best reach, um, for sure.
Yeah. Ed.
Yeah, Freddie Man's shown some really good kickboxing ability here, but he really needs to focus on not taking too much damage. He's had some really successful moments in, a few times in this fight, but yeah, it's looking like Gamer's getting the better of all of these exchanges here. And yeah, if Freddie Man doesn't buck his ideas up, it looks like he's gonna get finished maybe in the second or third round, in my opinion. What do you think, Stanley?
Interesting.
Stanboy.
Yeah.
He's
So I
definitely.
do. Go on. Go on.
I apologize. I'm not particular. Anyway, he's that's a great takedown. Back to you, Stan. Let's just keep it moving.
Well, I was just gonna say that it's a really good boxing. I'm seeing really good boxing here. Um, I do want to see more, maybe some more leg kicks by Freddie Man if he's gonna look to take this to the ground. He's down on the feet getting rocked a little bit. As we've seen, he's already secured double leg already in that round. So if he's looking to get it to the ground, more leg kicks, more clinch work. But yeah, I do think when you're Ortega, standing with Frankie Edgar is never a great idea, as we've already seen in that round too, time and time again. He's got a great chin, decent boxing, but yeah, I do think he needs to get to the ground and play it safe for the rest of this fight.
I do agree. At this point right now, what is wow? That was a great tie clinch attempt right there. But anyway, what we're seeing is the boxing pressure from Frankie Edgar on the block health of Ortega, right? And that tells the story of what a lot of people lose to online. But
Mm,
what I am noticing is F Man is doing very well at very nice takedown defense from
Nice,
Edgar,
bro.
but doing very nice ball. He's doing very well at keeping his stamina higher, and this is what I meant by overcommitting. It's when you think, oh, because I'm a cardio king with Edgar, a lot of people tend to overthrow, man. So Ed, what do you think is a good way of avoiding overthrowing and kind of moving forward with
I
Edgar?
think exactly what Gamer was doing in the first 1 to 2 minutes of this fight, coming close, staying tight, and just only striking when he knows that Freddie Man's going to be open. And he seems to have been going back to that right now, as of recently. You see Freddie Man's head health coming down nice and smoothly there. Gamer not taking as much damage as he did in the first round, but he's still got to be careful because Freddie Man, has pulled out the bag in the past fight. So, Stan, do you think Freddie Man should start grappling a bit in this fight? What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely think that when you've got Brown Ortega, as I said before, I definitely do think the safest option is to throw a little jab hook, get the clinch going, maybe fake a little double leg, get the tie clinch, the flying guillotines there, he's got the flying triangles, flying Renee, you name it, man. He's got submissions from everywhere on the ground and in the clinch. So I do think not utilizing his grappling would be not say a bad idea, but it just kind of be just
Keep him safe a
something
little
you'd
bit.
want to do.
Right,
Yeah, just
a
keep it
waste.
safe.
And there we go. Nice little clinch initiation there. And he tries to go for the two-stage guillotine. Tries to pull it back.
Ooh,
And, thought he almost got it there. His
nice.
gamer's, yeah, nice, big, powerful knee to the body. And denies one of the transitions. And now he rocks with a short elbow. See what Freddie Man can do with this. He's got to be careful when he rushes in because, one shot without head health could be the end of the fight. And he's got one more round to work. So I think Freddie Man should just take his time, try not to take any damage, focus on complete defense, and just ride out for the next round.
Absolutely. Stan, what do you think so far about this second round here? Who's up for you?
Well, I do think, well, my string cut off through the round, but yeah, I am seeing game room stamina going down quite a lot. He's throwing overhands, but he's working his boxing really well, but he needs to be careful with that stamina. But yeah, it's a really great fight so far. It's hard to kind of pick a winner from what I've seen 'cause I've had to restart the stream. But yeah, no, from what I've seen, it's a really great fight. Both men lined up trying to take each other's heads off. No one's really trying to initiate the grappling too much. I think
Ooh,
they're both
Big
trying
flying
to
knee.
just,
Gamer really has
there
to
we
be
go.
careful with that stamina stand because even though,
ooh,
and a big head kick, he's
and
still
that
got to
was
be
what we
careful.
saw in the first round as well. He does that lead high kick, and it is becoming, and he's just throwing it in there, and that was a rock for rock. Uh, this is a very close fight, I would say.
Yeah, that was a big head kick, and you know, Game Room was gassed at the end of that fight. And although Freddie Man doesn't have the best head health going into this third round, you know, he still has the ability to pull it off if he plays like he did in the
Cardio.
end of that second round. Yeah, but you know, like I said, Game Room has to be careful with that stamina because although Freddie Man might not be able to get the better of him in the striking, if it goes to the ground somehow and Game Room's got himself gassed out, then that could be game over right there, Stan. You know a lot about submissions.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you haven't got the head health, but you got the cardio, you just need to work the head movement. If you've got the cardio, like as we've seen here, Frankie Eggers had a big reboost there in between rounds with the cardio, but since Freddie Man's got the more stamina, I think he should
Ortega's
definitely
on his back
take it
right
to
here,
the
Stan.
ground. Oh, this is dangerous.
This could be dangerous and
What do you think,
nice.
Don?
Um, I think that right now they're both. It's coincidentally they were both playing into their strengths. I think Freddie had a good opportunity there by getting Ryan on getting Edgar. Ooh, but right
Oh,
now
Game Room coming forward.
this absolutely this is just a war, man. To be very honest, there's always something new to call in this fight. I think this is a very great opener. But in all sense, Freddie needs to do something right now to I think definitive, and so does Gamer to really win over the judges if this does go to a decision. And that right there could
Beautiful
Yeah.
definitely
knockdown.
do it.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, very beautiful. Ed, what do you think right now? Do you think it's a takedown and the hold the ooh,
Well, I
take it from
think
here, man.
this could be game over now. But oh, here we go. Game Room is on top now. Nice denial, but no, he decides to stand up. He doesn't want any of Brian Ortega's top game. You know, I thought it was quite an even round. It could, but you know, I think that knockdown definitely secured the fight. But you know, Freddie Man's done a brilliant job so far in this round to kind of equalise the head health stat. But as I say that, a beautiful rock, another one from Game Room. I mean, he's just piling on the pressure right now, Stan. He's got to get in the grappling exchange
Wow,
quick. Bang, this could be over right here, boys. And another knockdown. And he jumps on him. And he
100%.
finishes him. Brilliant fight by
Yeah.
Bo. That was a great performance.
that was great. Absolutely, wow. And you saw that and again, definitely Frankie Edgar 3 round fights. He's going to do phenomenally when it comes to his stamina and all of that. And you saw Game Room there. He kind of threw a lot, and I mentioned that in the beginning. And then, as you saw toward the end of the third, he was gassed. Uh, a 5 round fight. That's not a smart way to play. But a 3 round, he did very well. He kept the pressure on, kept his boxing, destroyed the block health, and ultimately took the win there. Stan, well,
Mm.
wow, great fight,
Yeah.
great performance.
Definitely, it's definitely set the pace for the card. So I think it's important for a card to always set the pace. Especially when you're the first fight, it sets the pace for the rest of the card. Gets everyone
Absolutely.
influenced. Yeah,
Gets
you know
everyone
what?
hyped.
That first fight right there. I'm gonna look and spend a performance like that upon a great fight. But yeah, speaking of the fight itself, man, Frankie Edgar, man, he's got hands for days. He didn't have the cardio. He had less cardio than Ortega, but I do think that Freddie Man could have definitely utilized the stamina difference a bit more. Like go to the body a little bit more, man. Don't be afraid. You don't always have to headhunt. You can switch it up. I saw him trying to go for the grappling, which is really smart. But sometimes if you can't do that, you just need to. You've always got to have a plan B, as I always say. But yeah, it was a great fight, nevertheless, man. I can't wait to see both these competitors come back to the ESFL really soon, man. Both phenomenal, man. Great fight to watch.
Yeah, man. Freddie Man. Freddie Man the man. And Game Room doing work. As always, it's beautiful to see. So, I think we should get into this next fight. We'll take a look at the fight card first, see what's up next. So it looks like we've got Bone doing work versus the big man Luba Libre. So
Ooh,
doesn't look like Bone is live right now. So
really?
we'll give him a second, compose himself, get his stuff together, and if not, we might have to skip ahead to Lexa vs Hasboibs, which is a banger of a fight in itself, Stan.
Oh, definitely.
Right, let's see.
Give
Let's
these
see.
guys a few minutes to get their
Talk to the
stream
guys in the back.
start.
Mhm. Where's Luba?
Right, Bone doing work. See if we can get a hold of him because that is a great fight coming up next. Bone doing work did a great job of dismantling his opponent last card, and it was a joy to watch. So, be unfortunate if he can't make it tonight, but if not, no worries. We'll skip on to the next one. So, by the looks of
Give me a
things,
second.
I'm not sure he's here, so
Yes.
I think we should skip over this one, Stan. And Don, how do you feel about that? We gave him some
Uh,
time.
I think so. Let's just move forward. Is the other
All
fight
right,
ready? Let's take a
absolutely.
look.
Let me take a look right now.
Just gonna skip ahead to the third fight,
Skip ahead
right?
to fight number 3.
Right
Yep, that's the
now.
Yep,
one.
and they
Good
are good to
stuff.
go.
All
Here
right.
we go. Right, are we live? Are we ready to go?
I would say so.
Yes, we are ready to go. These boys are locked and loaded in the lobby. Brilliant, lovely stuff.
EK
This is what I like
Giro
to
taking
see.
on Hasboy DC.
Here we go, lads. Let's get this going. Right, so these boys are ready. Once they know we've given the green light. Once they know we're ready to go, then they should ready up and get the show started. Yep, there we go. Just waiting on Mr. EK Giro.
Oh, interesting picks here though, man. If Hasbro's got obviously gone with the Poirier pick, championship short, so we're gonna see he's gonna look to make a statement. But EK Jira, I think he just joined. I don't know if he's gonna go. No, he's going with the Conor McGregor pick here. So this is gonna be an interesting fight. I think it's
Oh,
gonna be mostly a boxing match, but I do think to take the power out of Conor's hands, I do think leg kicks will be key. If Hasbro does look to utilize that, which I do think would be a good idea, maybe get in the pocket. As he's got short reach and Ghana, he'd be a lot more useful in the pocket. But yeah, we're gonna look to see how this plays out, Don.
I definitely agree. One of the things I personally am a huge Dustin Poirier player online, and I think his boxing is just superb. You're looking at Conor McGregor though. 95
yeah.
overall stand up. His counters are split second reactionary, and at one moment you think that you're putting on great pressure, and the next moment you've just been rocked from a great straight uppercut slip, and that is what's going to be the winning factor here. Who's more patient? Who's going to push the pace? If Conor McGregor overcommits and over extends and continues to strike unnecessarily, he'll gas before the mid third. The Dustin Poirier though, the completely different story. If he can keep a great pace, he can keep going like that for a full 5 rounds. He just needs to play smart and pick his shots accordingly, and don't overcommit, because if you do, again, you're going to get put on. This is going to be a great one, guys. And Ed, here we go.
Yep, especially in a 3-round fight, McGregor's power is more viable because you don't have to keep calm and patient and just conserve your stamina over a 5-round fight. You have the ability to pressure, let a few shots fly. It doesn't matter if you miss the odd shot here and there. But yeah, we've seen EK Giro or Alexa, I think. I'm not sure who it is. Maybe he's changed his name. But yeah, he's showing nice patience, keeping it slow, trying to make the reads, placing his shots really well, not overcommitting. This is what I like to see. And Stan seems like Hasbro is kind of having his trouble trying to find his place in this fight so far.
Yeah, I mean they both came out, mean in the middle, letting the shots fly as you said. But
Beautiful.
now, I do think Jiro's gonna look to utilize those kicks as he's thrown two front kicks and a spin heel kick already. So I do think he's going to look to utilize Conor McGregor's reach, but I do think that Hasbro is going to look to put the pressure on as we've seen here. He's looking to stay in the pocket and
And
Ooh.
trade
there we
with him.
go.
He gets rocked already. So I do think he
Oh,
needs to
and
be at the
again, he
forefront
swayed
here. So
straight
he's
into
going
that
to
one.
really need to be careful
Wow.
staying in the pocket with Conor McGregor. He's going to need to move that head, make a read. He's going to jab uppercut hook. He's going to have to pull that and return with another uppercut of his own. He needs to do something here.
Yes, Dan, exactly. I think Hasbro really needs to be careful of the power of McGregor, especially in a 3-round fight. His opponent's going to be more willing to go forward and pressure him and try and get those rocks and knockdowns. So I think what he needs to do is keep calm, use them feints, try and work the body a little bit, and sap all the juice out of McGregor for the second and third round. So he hasn't got to be too worried about all that power when McGregor's fresh. So ruthless, Don. This round's pretty exciting. What do you think? What do you think the Hasbro needs to do to get this one back?
Well, I think he's just, I think he just began to find the secret. He was going to go and try to put McGregor on the ground, and let's not be mistaken, McGregor's ground is still pretty excellent. He definitely expends his endurance on the ground is absolute trash, but he can transition quickly.
Wow.
So I mean, this is just wow. That's a lot of oh wow, and this right here
Yeah,
is
this is getting interesting.
what was being alluded before,
Ooh.
and that's a great takedown. That was great timing. Stan, what do you think about this?
Well, I do think that this is definitely great from Hasbro to be on top of Conor McGregor. That A6 sub defense, maybe he's gonna look to expose that. I do think that'd be a great idea. Just beat up the body of Conor a little bit. Just work him. Conor hasn't got the greatest cardio and he hasn't got the greatest sub defense, so I do think he's gonna look to utilize that, man. I think he definitely should and kick the leg a little bit, take the power away from Conor's hands. There's definitely a lot of ways around find Conor McGregor instead of trading blows like that, man, because he's been rocked multiple times now. The head health isn't looking the greatest after the first round.
First.
He's been knocked down, rocked 3 times, 2, 3 times. It's not looking the greatest.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely arguably a 10-8 round for the EK man over here.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think going into this second round, Hasboybs really has to try and just get his head off the centre line, use his slips, try and counter because, EK Zero is doing the perfect thing. If you're fighting a counter fighter, EK Zero, is gonna struggle because he's always in your face, always coming forward, always throwing volume shots. So I think Hasboybs just needs to sit back a little bit, try and slip some of the shots and hit the body a bit more, capitalize on EK Zero missing, not fainting, should I say?
I completely agree. Absolutely. And here's another big story to this. That left hand is continuously landing and landing. And
Mm.
look at that. The jumping. Whoo, he's getting fancy
That
with it. But great counter takedown right there. And again, we're back in side control. Now, can he actually do something here? If
he
I were
moves the
to,
mountain
that's
here,
perfect.
but
And he was
these
able to
EK
get it.
guys have a reputation, Don, for amazing grappling. So there we go, pulls out the simple trick, manages to fool Hasboybs,
And,
gets up, but
ooh,
here we go, we're right against the cage here, and stamina's sapped from him. EK's against the cage right now, so Stan, what would you like to see Hasboybs try and execute here with 3 minutes left to go in this round?
Well, you know what? He needs to pull something out here. He gets a lovely takedown there, lovely single leg. He
Now he's
needs to
got time to
grapple.
work, so he
Yeah,
has the opportunity to
definitely.
be patient here and try work some damage on the ground for round three.
100%, man. He needs to utilize this. Maybe side control. I'm pretty sure Poirier has got an inverted triangle from here, but I know his triangle armbar is level. Oh, he's got the denial.
Doing a good
Is
job of
easy. Oh, he's
controlling
not
him here.
throwing the knees though. He's not gonna throw the knees. He's gonna go with the elbows. He's got the mount now. What's he gonna do here? Is he gonna go for triangle? Is he gonna go for some punches? There's an armbar right there, man. If he can get one to now go for the armbar, that'd be pretty good for him. But no, he's gonna lose that position. But he's back in mount.
wow.
Looks
And
like
it's
he's just
simple.
trying to
He's just
slowly chip
going
away the head health there. As you were sorry about that,
absolutely.
Don. What were you saying?
No, you're fine. He's it's so simple. He just continues to go right to top mount afterwards, and it was working. But he allowed McGregor to get up,
Oh,
and here comes the boxing. This is wow.
oh no! Wow.
Oh my god, he is using
Yeah, this is not looking
McGregor's
good.
reach
EK
like a
Giro's managing to
boss.
land all the shots here, and it's doing a lot of damage every time he connects. But not lovely front kick there, but doesn't seem to be enough to deter EK Giro from coming forward and putting on that devastating pressure like he has been doing these 2 rounds. Stan.
Yeah.
No, go on, Don.
No, I was just agreeing.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Oh, there
definitely.
we go.
He's
Another
getting rocked here. But
just as we
as
say
Don said
that.
before, I would like to recap on that. I 100% agree that left hand's been landing all night. It's just been left hand after left hand, and then he got fancy with it at the beginning of the round. Now he's continuously landing. But Poirier needs to do something here. He needs to get him to the mat and finish because he's not going to do anything on the feet without head health, especially with Conor McGregor standing on the opposite side of the octagon from you. He needs to get him to the mat. He needs to submit him, and he's been dropped again. Man,
This is
in the
not looking
second
good.
round, it was contested for so long on the ground, and then just a little part of the stand was contested, and he got put on his butt, and he got beat up on the feet. So he needs to change something here, Don.
Oh, and here we
And
go. We
Rock.
get a rock from Hasboybs. A glimmer of hope maybe, but Doesn't capitalize on on the block break, but and he gets rocked again.
Jesus.
This is tough to watch, Stan. This is I don't really want to see Hasbobes take any more punishment. He really has to pull something out of the bag if he wants to win this fight because he's definitely down on the cards in my eyes. So he's gonna have to get him down to the ground again and make some do some serious work or pull something out of the bag on the feet and hoping hope he pulls out the lucky knockout. But he really needs to work on his defense. Try and stay out of that. Stay out of the pocket and land some kicks from distance. Stan.
Wow,
Nice
Oh,
that is
takedown there
beautiful.
from a slip straight. That's given the judges scorecards, but let's see if he can capitalize on that.
Wow, and you know what? If he had just sat there and continued to put the pressure of the elbow, that was a big risk to get a knockout there. He didn't capitalize on there, and then that's a little bit of a shame. But now he's
He
got him
takes it
back
back.
sitting. And you know what? There are some extraordinarily great, and he didn't do anything with it, but people that are great in that position that just drain your stamina, beat you up a little bit, and then attempt to sub, go to the top mount. Um, but
And he
right
gets up.
now, I think, yeah, I'm feeling Jiro is he's really putting on Hero really putting on a clinic right here, and you can start seeing him slowing down a little bit, but this is he's doing very well with not overcommitting and not. Whew, and
Ooh, that was a
almost
near
lands
miss, and he
a
goes
weak
for the
kick.
ankle pick again. He's really desperate for that grappling now. I feel that Hasboibs has had his chance on the ground. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to capitalize and get a finish. And we're back in EK Heroes world now. Giro Hero, who is it? But yeah, this guy's definitely
I'm
being a
saying
hero
Hero.
tonight, coming through with the left hand after left hand, staying out of the dangerous strikes of Hasboibs, and he rocks him again.
damn,
Nice
man.
subject to
That
the
was
body.
bad.
Yeah, his head health is looking really low now. But
And it's blocked off.
so is McGregor's
Oh,
stamina, so
man.
he's got
He's
to be
knocked
careful.
down again.
He really wants that
Oh,
spinning kick. Yeah, as we come into the final 30 seconds of this fight, Stan, we have to be careful because look, that can
Oh,
happen
he gets the
with
full
low
card
stamina.
rock.
Anyone, Hasbobs has the opportunity to snatch this fight off of EK Heroes because he's got his stamina that low. One head kick is all it takes with that amount of stamina. But 10 seconds left. Here we go.
Are they gonna throw down? He's
Oh,
rocked
beautiful.
again. Is he
can he
gonna
do
pull
it? Is
something
this all
out
he's gonna
here?
have?
Nope.
Oh, fight to the.
Oh,
Wow.
That would have
Wow.
what
knocked him
what
out.
a final round! Oh yeah, that definitely would have been the end of the fight if there was one more second left. That pull counter was looking tasty, but
Uh huh.
regardless, he was going to win the decision. Pretty good performance. Pretty good. By pretty good, I mean absolutely amazing. That was a very entertaining fight. Thank you for both guys for putting on that show for us. That was a brilliant fight, especially that last round. Hasboibs showed us a few glimmers of hope that he could pull it out of the bag. He got so close, but unfortunately he wasn't able to pull it off. But great performance from both guys nonetheless. Stan, what was your opinion on that fight?
Well, to be honest, I think it was a great fight. Um, Lexar did, Hasbro's definitely had some success round. I do think in the second round he did utilize the grappling. He was looking good, but it was exactly what we all said before the fight even started, man. You just can't really stand with Connor for too long. He didn't really utilize the leg kicks. I definitely think if he used the leg kicks, he would have taken the power out of Conor McGregor's hands, and he would have slowed the movement a little bit, switched it up. But
Would have been able to get more
nevertheless,
takedowns as well,
it,
Stan, with
it
that
was
increased GA.
it was a complete clinic from Lexar. So I do think it was a great fight, great performance, but Lexar definitely took it. Maybe 10-8 in there as well, maybe two 10-8s. But yeah, I do hope to see both of them back at it again, and hopefully Hasbro can go back to the drawing board, come back. I don't want to see him leave. He's a great fight, both great fights. What are your thoughts on the fight, Dom?
Um, it, it exceeded my expectations. I thought that knowing how Conor McGregor fighters usually operate,
Hmm.
we would see a little bit more counters. We didn't really see a lot of that. We just saw a lot more aggression, which led me to believe that Conor would be gassed. However, you're less likely to gas if you're landing right, and he just kept landing and landing and landing.
Yeah,
Very shocked that we did not see, and no that's no disrespect to it's a boy Z. um, that we didn't see to get him get the knockout, especially with that slip uppercut at the end, that back step. Um, but nonetheless, an amazing fight from both competitors, and a great job from Boise to keep it going and not give up. There, he was still pushing to get the victory, and didn't stop pushing forward. So great job, great attempt on that.
Yeah, you're
Mm.
absolutely right. Once again, great performance by both. We've had two fights, two great bangers, but we're gonna have to move on now to the next fight. So, the second fight of the card was meant to be Bone Doing Work, but versus Luba Libre, but that there was some
Still not
technical
live.
difficulties. But we have another link
Hmm.
now, boys. So if you want to check the fight links, and this is the correct link. We had a wrong link, so that was the issue there, the wrong link.
Okay, great.
All
So
right.
So what
yep,
would
these
that
boys
be?
are ready to go. That is Bone Doing Work versus Big Luba Libre, and I'm looking at the matchups right now, Stan. I wanna wait for you boys to get up before I show the rest of the people. But this is a pretty interesting
Mm,
fight if he Bone Ready's up right here. I'm really interested to see how this goes, especially in a 3 rounder.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, when you boys are ready to go, let me know.
So where's the link? Sorry, I can't
It's in
quite
the
find it.
Xbox fight links right at the bottom. Right at the
Okay,
bottom.
thank you.
No
Yeah.
problem, mate.
Yep, I'm good to go.
All right.
Okay, let me
Oh,
just get the
looks like
fight.
they've gone into the fight. So, oh well, here we go. We're gonna have to start now. So right, you're gonna see the matchup now. Get ready, because this is really interesting. I'm really excited to see how this one goes.
Just in case you didn't get it, I sent it to you directly.
Bang! There we go. We have Stephen Thompson
Thank you very much.
being used by Bone Doing
You're welcome.
Work, and Luba Libre with
Nice
a
stuff.
with a Mike Perry pick. So you already know what's gonna happen. You know, Stephen Thompson. You want to keep your distance, use your kicks, use your fast punches, use that blitz, come in and out all the time. But Mike Perry's you want to stay nice and close to the opponent, big shots all the time, looking for the rock, looking for the knockout constantly. So, Don, what are your thoughts on this upcoming fight here? How do you think it's going to go down? Do you think that Mike Perry is going to prevail, or do you think Bone Doing Work is going to pull through with a victory?
So I don't know if you're just a little bit of an education. Luber Libre only picks Mike Perry.
Only.
His boxing only
So,
Mike
so,
Perry.
so this guy's a Mike Perry master. We're not dealing with any amateur here. This guy knows
No,
his
not at
Mike
all.
Perry in and out. Okay, this makes things a little bit more interesting then.
Yes. Now, Luber will say it himself. He's. Uh, I'll put
Okay,
it this
this
way.
makes things a
He
little bit more
uses Mike
interesting then.
Perry, I think, to the fullest extent that I've ever seen a Mike Perry be used. And I say that with grace because honestly, as the fight begins, you'll see. I'm going to go with Mike Perry in this one. I think that his strength is if he can catch Steven, he'll do well.
Yeah. So we get into the fight here. We're gonna see if Luba Libre can stay in the pocket, but we all know from experience, from ranked, whether it be sparring, your friends be Lance, and that's over here though, but overhand. So we're gonna see if he can keep the Thompson cornered with Mike Perry. All you want to do is stay in the pocket and swing, whereas Bone Doing Work wants to keep the distance. Use his kicks, use the side kicks to the body, and maybe set up a nice little head kick. But he doesn't want to stay in the pocket with a Mike Perry. That's always with that hand power and yeah, but I don't think we're going to see any grappling whatsoever. This I think we're more likely to see a shoot from Lou, but I highly doubt he'll shoot. I think it'll be complete boxing versus kicker match. Don, what are your thoughts on this so far?
I mean, it's definitely you seen Bone doing work, man. I mean, he's keeping the distance. He's using Stephen Thompson effectively. He's doing a lot of damage, and as you just saw, he took advantage of landing that knee during the overhand. So it's so
Ooh.
far it's going well. I just if Bone doing work continues this kind of pressure and continues to win in the outside, it's going to be a quick night for Luber if he can't, you know, pile some offense and actually break this range.
Yeah,
And
Luba
Ed,
Libre
what do
has
you
to be
think?
careful when he's throwing those overhands because it doesn't take many missed ones to get that stamina very low, and you can also leave yourself very open to getting rocked. And the way Luba Libre's stamina's going right now, he doesn't want to do that. So he needs to be more careful with his shots. Come in, look to use that dirty boxing inside the cage. Maybe lay off the overhands a little bit. You know, use that double jab, get inside the range. Try do a bit of block breaking, some frame trapping would be lovely to see. But Bone doing work here, doing exactly what he should do using Wonder Boy. You know, keep constantly stinging Libre with those fast punches and the kicks, and most importantly, staying out of damage and using his range and distance to slow Libre down. The stamina's coming down nice and smoothly once again. I'm loving to see that. And Bone doing work, continuing to do work here, and a beautiful body kick. That is really punishing Luba
Mm.
Libre here. Stan.
Yeah, man. So 100%, Bone doing what, doing exactly what he needs to do, as you said before, Ed. He's keeping the distance, working the body. Because we all know Luba's gonna look for the
Oh, and there we
overhands now.
go.
Jesus.
Punishes him for
Yeah.
wasting that stamina. Beautiful and lovely denied. Completely saps him of stamina. And he decides to stand the ground here and land some little pocket punches. You know, wants to rack up all the damage that he can at the end of the round.
This
Brilliant.
is
I
you like
think.
the chain of epic.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
messing.
yeah, all right, no problem. We're still taking bets. But no, I want to see more of the same from Bone doing work in this round. He had a lot of success all the way through. Did a good job of avoiding all those big shots like Luba Libre was throwing, and managed to get a knockdown as well. So I think he should do more of the same. Capitalize on Luba Libre's low stamina and try to get the finish in the second round. He's very capable of it. You know, keep on stabbing him in the body with those kicks, and I'm sure he'll get it. On what do you think?
I'm thinking that I'm thinking the same. He just has to. Whoa.
Comes out fast with a kick, and Luba Libre taking none of it. He's showing the taunt right there.
Yeah, man. I again in complete agreement. He's doing very well with jabs and straights. We're not seeing Luber really go for any slips, and I think that he's by throwing in those high kicks randomly, it's making him less likely. Also, with keeping arms reach away, it's making Luber less likely to sway because he knows at any given point he can just get his head kicked right off. So, he's doing very well with executing his offense and continuing to use great 1-2 boxing technique. This is he's schooling them, and to be honest, I mean, in no disrespect, again, it's
Another
just
beautiful rock, and he goes for the body.
yeah.
Very smart, very wise. Tries to pull off the spin kick, but it's unsuccessful with that. What has Luba Libre got to do here, Stan, to win this fight back?
Well, he definitely needs to not get uppercut for one. So I think
Yeah,
he definitely needs to
that's a
keep his head
great
off the
point.
center line. Use some slips. Use some pull counters. But he definitely needs to get in the pocket. Because if you don't, as bad as that head health is, he just can't take kicks to the body and lose a points fight to Stephen Thompson, because that's all you really want to do. But Bone doing work is doing absolutely what he should be doing, working the body, using the side kicks and the obliques. Just keep him away, punish him for trying to walk him down. But he's made a read on the overhands now. He's timing it off, and he gets rocked again. Luba Libre does. So he's definitely punishing him. He's doing the right thing. He's using the front, he's using the uppercuts. But he needs to be careful throwing those
Oh,
kicks in
and
boxing range, though.
that's
That's the one
it.
thing he needs to be
That's
careful of,
it.
Bone.
Great fight from both competitors there.
I think
That
he might
was
be a
a
bit behind Stan,
tremendous
but
fight.
that was a brilliant fight, brilliant knockout. Dropped him out cold, and yeah, he gets finished on the ground. Brutal uppercut and a great performance from Bone doing work. It looks like he is doing work once again, and yeah, he managed to secure the finish. Did a very good job. Great performance from both once again.
Agreed completely. You saw Luber. He kept coming forward, trying to break the distance with the overhand, and as you pointed out earlier, that is one of the moves that yes, deadly when accurate, right? But if not accurate, you get yourself in a little bit of a situation. Almost every time, it only takes a straight punch to land, and then you get hit twice with high vulnerability of being countered. Um, I think we saw great handwork coming from Bone doing work, and it was an excellent fight and great job from both competitors again.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think Luba was just going for the overhands too much, looking for that one strike KO. I definitely think he should have just stayed in the pocket, work the jab, work the lead hook. He there was just so much for him to offer in that fight with the Mike Perry. I do think that he he should have stayed off the overhands a little bit. But I do think Bone did exactly what he needed to do. He used the kicks, and that's all you really need to do with Thompson. Stay out of punching range, use the kicks, use the distance. He's a good distance fighter, and yeah, and you're sure to win the fight, man. So it was a great performance from Bone. Kudos to Luba. He left it all in there. Just completely trying to take off Bone's head. So I do think, yeah, it was a very entertaining fight, very exciting card so far. They've definitely set the pace for the rest of the card. But yeah, I hope to see these two guys back in the octagon real soon, Ed.
Yeah, both great performance from both guys. Once again, it was just a classic brawler versus counterfighter matchup. But today, the counterfighter won. But great fight nonetheless. It's a great third fight on the card. We're having some brilliant knocks so far. But next up, Stan, we have the superstar, to Spencer, and we all know Sir
Oh,
Spencer. Sir Spencer comes to
yes, we
fight. Sir
do.
Spencer comes and throws disgusting combos. He comes to starch your body every fight. So we'll take a look at the fight card right now before we get this fight going. And
Bantamweight
he's
as well.
fighting
We
and
know
he's fighting
Suspense is
combat
going with.
leader. Oh yes, this is bantamweight. We definitely know. Sir Spencer loves his Dominic Cruz. So is he gonna pick John Dodson, as we see right now, or is he going to switch down to Dominic Cruz? I think he's going to pick Cruz, Stan. I know you're a big Cruz fan yourself, so it's going to be great to see Spencer pick him. There we go. I'm right. Here we go.
Yeah, Don. So, what's your thoughts on this
Jimmy
this fight right
Rivera.
here? I mean, we
Whoa.
know he's great with Cruz.
I have. It wasn't until I started to be effective at wrestling was I even able to get close to beating Suspensa. As been pointed out from Ed Parker, he his combos are split second. They're whiplash. They're bursting, and you get put on you get seated after if he can land it successfully. Um, I'm looking to see that. I'm looking to see the elusiveness from Dominic Cruz from Suspensa.
Hmm.
But more importantly, I'm looking to see Jimmy Rivera take away the quick footwork of Dominic Cruz with some uh, grueling, making this fight grind out, make this fight more wrestling, which Dominic Cruz can handle. But that's where the difference will lie here. Yes, Jimmy Rivera has, uh, game changer. Yes, Jimmy Rivera can box, but you don't want to play the game of cat and mouse with Dominic Cruz.
Yeah.
And as we get on the way, Ed, uh, thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. Dominic Cruz is a master of the push and pull game, and Spencer does a great job of imitating that in the game. So I think we're going to see Spencer right away trying to bait Combat Leader into overthrow and get that stamina down and try and work the body with his beautiful combos, ending in a lovely body kick, as we always see from Spencer. He loves to bring them out, especially the little pot shots here. But Combat Leader gets a beautiful slam into side control here very early in the fight, so I want to see if he's going to be able to hold Spencer down right here. Yeah, it's a great job he's got him down, but can he keep him here? That is really the question. So is he going to do some damage, or is Spencer going to be able to get up and work that great striking against Dan?
Yeah, 100%, man. So I do think that well, he's getting mauled here in half guard, but I do think when you're using Dominic Cruz, you need to switch it up. Use a striker when your opponent least expects it. Go for the takedown. He has that wrestle clinic. He has 95 takedowns, singles and double legs, and he's not too bad off his back either. He's got a 90 bomb game, I believe, something like that. But you know, Jimmy Rivera doing what he needs to do, combat leader. Combat leader doing what he needs to do, Jimmy Rivera getting it to the mat, using his wrestling. But unfortunately, he's back to the feet now. So it's as we said before, cat and mouse game now. He needs to find another way to get it to the mat again. I do think that combat leader should really use the leg kicks this fight, slow him down, get that GA, get the ankle pick with the leg rocks and the GAs and definitely take more power out of the hands of Cruz. Ruthless Don.
Yeah, absolutely. And what we're seeing is just this fancy striking offense, and Suspensa being ready for that takedown attempt was able to sprawl, and going a little bit to work there. But as we saw before, Combat Leader had success with going for the double leg. When Suspensa least expected it, and when he postured up in half guard. So, I mean, as of now, that's what he has to do again. He needs to get in a dominant position. He needs to isolate Cruz and make it so he can't move, so that he can be effective here. But my one thing is the stamina again, from both these men, because as this fight continues to be in the stand up, we're going to see an advantage for Cruz. And if it goes to the ground, we would likely see an advantage for Rivera, because Suspensa most likely won't use the double leg, use the wrestling clinic perk from Dominic Cruz, because he's more comfortable with
Mm.
his fancy hands. And Ed?
Yeah, we're seeing Suspenser as of right now turning up the pressure a little bit because he's been unsuccessful with the push and pull game. Combat Leader's doing a really good job of staying tight and not overthrown, which Suspenser wants him to do. And there we go, he tries to initiate the grappling here. A very even round so far, success from both guys, but Combat Leader ends this round with the stamina advantage and by a decent mark in this first round stand.
Yeah, so my thoughts in that round, I do think Combat Leader took that round, securing the takedowns a few times. Landed some big shots in half guard, just staying in the pocket with Suspenser, man, and I think that's the right thing to do. As Suspenser's very good at utilizing the point fighting with Cruz, utilizing his head movement, his footwork, and as Cruz doesn't have a lot of power in his hands, so you need to be smart when you use him. You need to stick behind your jab. You need to throw some kicks. Land some significant strikes, going to secure the victory at the end of the round, but. I do think it wouldn't be too bad for Suspenser to secure a takedown of his own here. As he's exposing him here, we land some big
Ooh.
shots here. Well, what are your thoughts on this fight so far, Don?
I mean, just look at that. Look at those combos, man. He's doing uppercut to the head. And I'm a big fan of the hooks to the body, and he's utilizing that very well. And what I think is significant here is the head and the body health of Rivera already. Yes, again, he does have those stand up perks, and he does have his perk in the third round for stamina. But if his health isn't there, it won't matter. And also, to your point, Stan, earlier you mentioned that he should start going for the leg kick, and I think now he's starting to utilize that because he's noticing and perhaps he's noticing that the left leg of Cruz is getting hurt. His stamina is going a little bit lower because he's constantly throwing punches. Suspensa definitely can continue to be effective, if it drains his stamina. What do you think, Stan?
Well, I do think that Gormaladi's doing what he needs to do. Obviously some leg kicks are getting thrown here. I do think that Suspenser should definitely start securing takedowns. Just to be sure he's winning the rounds, and just to play safe, Ed.
Yeah, Suspense is an all-round fighter. Although he's got brilliant striking, he has shown in the past he does have the ability to take people down and do some solid work. But yeah, his stamina's just looking a little bit lower than Combat Leaders now, but they're both landing good shots. The body health of Combat Leader is very, very low right now. He's got to be careful that he doesn't lean back while Suspensor's throwing a body kick. Suspensor's known for throwing them body kicks out. We haven't seen many this fight, but maybe it's an adjustment that he wants to make going into the third round of this fight. Got hit by quite a few nice punches there. Jab, hook, uppercut from Combat Leader, and he
Wow.
drops him. So Spencer really needs to be careful now. Their head
Drop in
health
two
is
seconds.
coming low. No worries, Stan. But yeah, there we go. Combat Leader straight into side control. So what do you think Spencer's got to do here, Don, to get out of this situation?
He needs to stay calm, because honestly, man, I think that's what he's got to do to get out of here, man. That was a great transition reversal. Now he can start utilizing the top game of Dominic Cruz and put the same pressure on Rivera that he got in the beginning of first, but he misses the transitional deny to get him to full guard, and now they're standing
Bucks
up.
him off, and that's
So
the end of the round. Yeah, that's a
absolutely.
beautiful, definitely action-filled round. I'd say that's combat leaders round by far. Maybe a 1-1, maybe 2-0 to combat leader. But this
Mm,
fight, this last round here is a very important round. So Spencer really has to make the adjustments, where he's going to continue to get rocked, and so he needs to continue to work that body, continue that body work that he's been putting in for
Sorry
the
about that.
past the whole fight. So yeah, we're looking. Looks like it's
ooh,
these boys are
oh,
starting this
wow.
round hot. Oh my goodness! And combat
And
leader rocks
combat
him.
leader
Then
showing his
Spencer's coming
hands.
back strong. Jesus, these boys are coming to
Mm-hmm.
fight tonight, Stan.
Yeah, man. So from what I can see, Suspense is well, from what I saw when I came back, Suspense was comboing off on a Rivera. I don't know if anything's happened since I've been gone, so I don't know if Dom would like to elaborate on that because I haven't seen much. So
um, right now, you're seeing boxing from Rivera, man. He's utilizing that perk for the third round. Ooh, oh wow! I don't know if you're with us, Stan, but he just got a lovely leg health event. A leg event,
yeah,
yeah, that's what it is. Anyway,
This
he
is
got
truly lovely
that.
to watch.
Uh, it really is. It's just a war. This is just pure brawling. They were wild exchanges, and that right there is crucial. And that is great sprawl work from Suspensa. Honestly, this is great. I definitely think Combat Leader needs to play it safe at this point, though. I think he's gonna let himself be more vulnerable. His head and his body health are not where they should be.
Beautiful
What do
takedown.
you think?
That was amazing. And straight to side control again. No, straight into mount. Right. Combo leader really needs to stay on top here,
I
stay
think Ed's
controlled.
mic just went out.
Oh, hello. Am I? Can you hear
Looks
me?
like can't hear him. Stan, can you hear him?
Oh,
yeah, I can hear
I
everybody.
can't hear him.
oh, okay. I'm good. Maybe Ruthless Don is having some technical difficulties. Anyway, like I was saying, so Spencer really needs to keep out of trouble here because his head health is looking pretty low. Combat Leader did capitalise very well on some mistakes that Spencer made on the feet, and that caused his head health to come down very fast. And the stamina's looking quite low for Spencer now as well, so he's running out of options with a minute and a half to go. And there we go, nice return of the classic Spencer combo, the jab straight body kicks, amazing. Come on, Stan.
Yeah, man. So we're seeing Suspense is you listen every day you see audio low on Dominic Cruz, but I do think Combinator's done a very good job, utilizing the leg kicks here. Um, and yeah, he's definitely slowed down the movement of Suspense, picked him apart slowly, and he's done very well this fight. Secured the takedowns on multiple occasions, picked him up, slammed him, beat him up a little bit. Suspense has got up, but he's definitely secured the positions and scored. So I do definitely have Combat Leader ahead on the scorecards here as he gets another leg health event. This isn't looking good for Suspense, man. You don't have good. It's not very high power stat with Cruz, but he needs to do something. He needs to get a knockdown. Needs something big to win this round to look good on the judges' scorecards, Don. If you're with us again.
Yeah, I'm back. So I think that just from the last minute that I saw with this fight, I'm gonna say Combat Leader is taking this. It
Hmm.
was just simple. It was just a solid game plan. He didn't he didn't do what he was uncomfortable with. He didn't play into the game with Suspensa, and honestly, amazing footwork. And as we're used to seeing from Suspensa, amazing combos. But what was shown here is Jimmy Rivera's health stats, Jimmy Rivera's um, and really Combat Leader's ability to get this fight where he wanted to in times of crisis was the deciding factor. Um, and he, took advantage of the times where Suspensa was going mid combo and it was a little bit out of range. That was a big key point here. Um,
Yeah, we got Combat Leader coming away with a unanimous decision right there, and rightly so in my opinion. I think Spencer did a pretty good job of landing good shots here and there, but I think Combat Leader did a better job at capitalizing on Spencer's mistakes and overall landed the bigger and more powerful shots, had the biggest moments in the fight. But all in all, we've 4 fights in and 4 brilliant non-stop fights. Stan.
Yeah, man. So my thoughts on that fight were is that getting a win over Spencer Cruz is definitely big because he's definitely
Yeah,
known to have one of the best bruises in the
that puts
game.
Combat Leader's name up there. You know,
100%.
it's a
100% Edman, I agree. But that Jimmy Rivera utilized so brilliantly. It was phenomenal the way he just started using the leg kicks in the second round, like checking the leg kicks and said, "Oh, you got no leg health? Well, I'm gonna capitalize on that." Kicked the leg, got the GA, picked him up, slammed him, beat him up. Did what he needed to do to win the decision. But yeah, that was a great fight. But this fight ahead is a
oh
very
Stan,
very big fight, and
this fight ahead, Stan.
Don,
Oh my
I
goodness.
saw you was looking forward to this fight so much.
I am, but currently it doesn't look like they are in the chat.
Oh no.
It's very weird. Um,
Yeah, looks like
very
the
weird.
stream is offline. These boys aren't ready, I'm afraid.
Oh,
But
But
come on,
I know that
boys.
this is a
Jigsaw looks
banger.
like he's
We've
ready.
got Buck Flair versus Bez Prevail, the two titans. These guys have to come online some point tonight. I do not want to miss that fight. But if this one's not available, we're gonna have to move on to number 6, which is it's actually let's take a look at the fight card right here. So
It's gonna be Jigsaw.
yeah, we
Um,
got Jigsaw versus Unnoticed Legacy and represent the BF5 camp,
wait,
the best camp there is. Oh, maybe
okay,
not. Okay,
yeah.
right. Buck Flair is live. Buck Flair is live. Let's
Ooh,
yeah. Let's not get ahead of
let's
ourselves,
get it.
boys. Buck Flair is live.
Wait, they're both gonna be Nurmagomedov. That's pretty
Oh my
interesting.
word. Right. This is what I like to
Like,
see.
all right.
Bez versus Buck. I got their names mixed up last week very
Best Buck.
badly, and now they're fighting each other. So it's going to be very difficult. But we're going for a Khabib mirror match. The two best arguably the two of the best grapplers on Xbox of all time are going head to head. And normally when you see two grapplers fight each other, you get a straight kickboxing match. But don't
Very
know.
true.
They've both gone for the Khabib pick here in this fight. But I remember last card we saw Buck and Bez shove a bit of their striking. So although we've had a Khabib pick, we might see more of the same. You know, some striking from these two guys. What do you think, Stan?
Well, Khabib mirror match, two of the best grapplers. As you said before, it does result in a kickboxing match normally when two of the best grapplers go out as they're kind of scared to get sprawled on, and the other grappler has top position, holds him there for the whole round. So I I really hope some grappling gets done in this fight. I do think everybody, including the audience and in this booth right now, would love to see some grappling in this fight. So we're gonna see if we're gonna get it right here. But Khabib has some heavy hands, and as we get
There we
right
go.
into the
We
fight
are
right
straight
here,
into the grappling. Now we're back into over-unders. This is a 50-50 neutral position. That's so early in the fight. This is like a perfect grappling match right here. I want to see,
mm,
which guy comes on top. It looks like Bez gets a body lock high stand. Now, can he get the crucifix? That's what I want to know. Don, what are your thoughts on this grappling match up here in this first round?
So far, it's interesting. All right, you get Buck Flair doing what he normally does, waiting to do transition blocks and capitalize upon it, faking with double under, and you know, doing a light attack. And EK Vesperville is showing that he is game. Goes immediately for the for back sitting. This
mhm.
is a clinic. This is a especially for both of them. This is just a pure grapple match, and it's pretty interesting to see how they both react to each other.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-level dynamic grappling right here. Bez has had some good top time, and now here
Again,
he goes again. He takes his back. So Bez is looking like he's coming out on top here in this matchup between two
Oh,
grapplers,
we're
and he goes to a
naked.
rear naked choke here. Gates looking quite fast, so Stan.
Yeah, man. So I don't know if wait, no, I was just seeing if Buck was letting him get past the second gear so he could get top position. Very smart. But
Definitely
Bez
something
wasn't
you
having
do.
it. He flicked out of it, yeah, so he remained on top. Very smart. But this is what you get when two of the best grapplers go out over on the Xbox side, man. But he's flattened him out. This is very dangerous. This is very dangerous. But he rolls over into half guard.
and look at
So
that stamina advantage though for
very high level
Bill.
stuff.
They're just
100%.
cancelling each
I
other out right now.
agreed on.
Absolutely. Holy crap. This is just it's a straight up clinic for both of these guys. They both just know the grappling realm so
Oh,
well.
Bez is looking
Armbar
up,
attempt.
looking to snatch that arm up. He's the gates are still very fast. I think it's a very difficult game when you're very fine line between winning and losing in a Khabib mirror match because Khabib's top game is so deadly and but his off the back isn't the best. So whoever's on top with Khabib, especially when you're both two amazing grapplers, is just going to dominate. So Bucks has got to keep calm. He's done a great job of keeping out of the way of the razor sharp elbows of Bez Prevail inside control so far. He hasn't taken very much damage at all. The stamina's quite level, so yeah. Second round, Buck needs to be careful, not let Bez get top control because he's been very successful here in his first round. What do you think, Dom?
I think you're absolutely correct, man. I think what you're seeing is the better. I wouldn't even say that. I would say it's strictly coming down to this. It's these guys are so great at being in top position. They rarely have to go into bottom positions. So whomever's in the top one, they're just gonna
Yeah, they're gonna stay there.
dominate. Yeah. So I mean, and then it really comes down to this: who's gonna get there first? And now that we see this kind of change, and I would say in pace of having Buck Flair being in the defensive point, he now needs to start showing his hands. I think that's what he attempted to see. We attempted to give us before, but now he's just doing his great grappling again, breaking, and he goes for the body lock eye and gets it.
Now we have
Honestly,
Bez
this
in
is
top
a lot.
position. This is good to see, and Bez decides to go straight for the submission. Very weird. I thought he'd like to take his time and try to get the crucifix position. But yeah, what do you think Buck needs to do here, Stan, to win this second round?
I think Bez is just going for the sub attempts to score on the scorecards because as we saw with the Kimura attempt, they didn't go for it. He didn't commit to the Rene choke earlier either. But I think that Bez is just so much more confident right now than Buck. You know, he's going for these sub attempts though because he did go for the armbar. He's willing to go on his back. I think he's trying to make a statement here. He's trying to say, look, if you're gonna put me on my back while I'm Khabib, when you're on top of Khabib, I will sweep you because I am the better grappler. So it's really
Wow.
Slams him again.
interesting here.
Now we
So I
got.
think that Buck really needs to really bark up his
Oh
ideas and
wow.
his game plan.
Oh
So
wow.
what so far very entertaining grappling match though. This is one of those grappling matches where it's not just one guy trying to chill on top of the other guy, and trying to grind out decision. It's one guy trying to actually dominate the other, picking him up, slamming him everywhere. Cruz versus Demetrius Johnson style. What are your thoughts on the fight so far? Ruthless, Don takes it back
um,
again.
Yeah, honestly, we're
Oh.
seeing Bez Prevail getting the better of these grappling exchanges, but now we're starting to see a little bit more coming from
Oh,
Buck this turn, and what a great sweep and going right into side control. This is just ultimately again a good grappling war between arguably the two best top game um, wrestlers out there today. Which is why we're seeing whoever gets on top is having more success. But I would say Prevail is doing much better at doing with his defense bottom wise than Buck was, especially in this role. But it's just a very much a calculated wrestling war. The who's going to take the advantage of the positions, who's going to get the sweeps, who's going to actually go for something, and who's going to commit. Like there are a lot of fakes and a lot of denials, as you can see here. Ed, what's your perspective?
Well, I'm really happy that these guys are grappling like this. This is the kind of grappling fight you want to see when it's two great wrestlers, and yeah, they're just showing really high fight IQ right now. Constantly going for submissions, constantly trying to get in a dominant position and take the back. You know, there's no lay and pray in this fight. Both guys reversing each other all the time. So this is really what I like to see, and they're doing a great job of making the grappling not boring. None of them are shying away from engaging the grappling. They're just both going for it. Look at that right there. Gets himself sprawled on and then turns it around for a dominant position. Very good. Shows that Buck Flair is confident in his denials, and he's on top here right now with 4 minutes to go. He's been reversed on in the past, but I want to see Buck take it a bit more slow now. try and secure that top position for a bit longer. But just as I say that, Bez makes it to the feet and they're back in a neutral position. So Stan the man, do you think Buck should just try and get a sub, or what do you think he should do to win this fight? Because
I
it's very
mean,
arguable he could be down 2 rounds.
I was just about to say that, man, to the words right out of my mouth, man. Definitely, I definitely think he's 2 rounds down. He was pretty much on the bottom for the first 2 rounds. You know, he did reverse him. He did get the top position very temporarily though in this third round here. But now Bez takes his back, but they're back in the pummel over and under. He gets denied here.
Yep.
Um, Here we go. Nope, denied. This is very high level stuff
Loving
here,
this. I'm
guys.
loving
It's
this constant action. These boys, they're not
uh,
waiting for a denial. Look at them, constantly
oh,
going for it, just gassed out. This,
Wow.
very,
this is what we like to see.
very high
And
very high
Look at this,
level.
very high level fights. Look at this.
I can't even like. What is that? Is that high level?
That is very high level. See, you don't see you
you
don't see
know,
Division Fours doing that kind of thing, Ruthless Stone.
mm,
This is high level stuff. And
no,
Absolutely.
see, there we
You know
go.
what
Best
definitely
best
not.
secured the takedown. That's
Brandster and
amazing.
Lyle stuff right here, Ed.
Yeah,
Definitely,
this is the
100%.
kind of stuff we saw Brandster and Lyle V 1988 do
Ooh,
on
very
UFC
nice
2. The
Americano
real
attempt.
high level tricks. So yeah, great jobs
Yeah.
on both guys. And
Americana though, man.
yeah,
No, he doesn't get it.
another submission
I'm so
attempt from
shocked.
Bez, but unfortunately, he doesn't get it. Maybe try to build up a few denials. Like I said, take it slow, and he'll be able to have more control. Stand.
Yeah, he goes for the
Yes.
get up there. I think he's gonna go for the armbar here. Yeah. Do you think he's gonna get this one done, or what are your thoughts on this? Do you think he's just gonna take it for the scorecards?
Um, I mean, no. He, I think the Bez prevailed is. Yeah, I think he got this. It's strictly
Mm,
because he stayed in top. He stayed in top longer. He's doing more. He's
yeah.
denying more. That was, I think, the greatest judo throw denial exchange I've ever seen. But right now, he's looking to try to get this sub victory, and
He's
Prevail
got it
definitely
close.
showed
Very
some.
close. This could be it.
Nope.
Ah,
Oh,
no, he doesn't get it. I think that's going to be it.
10,
We're going to go to the
10 seconds
judges.
left.
What a fight. What a very high-paced, entertaining grappling war. I'm very impressed.
30-27 in my honest opinion for Bears Prevail here.
Mm,
Yeah, they didn't guys, for future fights, could you please not pause it when the fight's done? We do want to hear the scorecards, thank you very much. But yeah, we do see the result there as Bez Prevail gets a decision over Buckflare. And to be honest, I'm not quite surprised. But the decision, he was picking him up, slamming him, going for the submission
Definitely
attempts.
had
As
more control time.
Ruthless said, stayed on top the whole fight, and that's the most important thing. So, what are your thoughts on the fight, Don? How do you think do you think it lived up to expectations?
it certainly did. You saw Bez Prevail showed that he's able to adapt. That was the big
Mm,
key here. Whereas if you see others who've gone against Buck Flair, they can't adapt, and you saw him adapt immediately. That he set the pace of the fight. It completely met expectations, especially as put before by Ed. Not a boring grappling fight. I've seen so many grappling fights here on the ESFL that are kind of snoozers, but that right there was at any given moment, somebody could be landing in top position, and at any given moment, somebody could be making a sweep. I mean, unless it was when Prevail was in top mount or when he was in crucifix, you always saw somebody pushing the pace in action. Very little striking, like what was it, like 27 significant strikes from one of them, like for the entire fight. It definitely
mm.
lived up to expectations. This next fight, I think, is gonna definitely do just as well.
Yeah,
Coming up,
we definitely have
great job, boys.
a banger coming up next, but like you said about the last fight, it was a very entertaining grappling match. It almost reminded me a little bit of Top Man Stan versus Churv, all the way back at ESFL 50 on the PS4 and O crossover card. And yeah, very entertaining fight. I always love, I'm a striker in myself when I play UFC, but it's always nice to see the other side of it sometimes, especially when it's done at such a high pace and so well by two very
Yeah,
high level guys. But regardless of that, Stan and Brutus Don, we have another banger coming up. So the
yeah.
final fight of the prelims was supposed to be Jigsaw versus Unnoticed Legacy, but I'm afraid On the way to work this morning, Unnoticed Legacy was RKO'd, so he will not be joining us tonight. But we have ZW Freeze stepping in to fight the big man Jigsaw. And, stepping in on to fight Jigsaw on short notice is no easy feat. Jigsaw has proved himself to be a beast in his past performances. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one goes, Don.
I could definitely concur. Jigsaw, another one of those grappling practitioners, but he's not just that though. He's very good at denying. He's very good at keeping himself patient, and his combos are insane. Not too familiar with ZW Freeze, but he's definitely gonna have his hands full
He's
tonight.
got he's
Um,
got some he's got some booglies down there if he's willing to step up and fight Jigsaw on very short notice. So
he does.
we're gonna see the confidence beam through. Looks like yeah, these two boys are ready to go. They're fighting in light heavyweight, and there's a few interesting matchups that can show themselves in light heavyweight. So we'll switch over to the fight screen right now. These two boys locked and loaded.
Classic
The green
Cormier
light is
Jones.
given. Get this
Mhm.
fight going, boys.
I always love
Uh,
these fights. This go on, Don. Go on, Don.
No, just I agree with you, man. This is a great fight. This is going to be awesome between the two top level light heavyweights in the game, and in the world. I would say, God, that they're phenomenal. So this should be good.
Yeah, man, 100%. I always like the DC versus Jones fights in real life and on the game because it shows, whether DC can get in
Ooh,
the
you see that
pocket in
record?
trade because we all know that John Jones, likes to keep the distance, uses sidekicks. Um, but yeah, we're gonna see who's gonna initiate the grappling first in this one, whether it will be Cormier or the Jones. So yeah, and yeah, Ed, I did see the record 3-0. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this one plays out. But it all depends on if you can step up to the big stage. If you can do this off ESFL, it doesn't matter. It all depends if you can do this on the biggest stage of them all, Ed.
Exactly. We've seen in the past that ranked records don't matter. It only has to happen on the night. We've seen that before when Declan got the victory over Combo, which is very impressive. Very very shocking in my opinion. A lot of people thought Combo was going to run through him, but Declan showed that it only matters on ESFL and came through with the victory. So maybe we might see our big guy John Jones, or ZW Freeze rather, pull through with that one victory that he needs. But Michael, I think that's Jigsaw, maybe. Is it? I think it
Yeah, it
is.
is.
He looks like
Yeah.
he's changed his name. He's got the takedown.
Oh,
He's got him in crucifix, and we know Jigsaw's grappling's off the charts. He knows what he's doing on the ground, so he's keeping it nice and
Hmm.
slow and steady here inside control. Looking to get that crucifix, but Freeze retains guard. But Cormier into mount. Stand.
well, no, I was just gonna say that picked Freeze up, slammed him on his butt. He's back into side control now, landing a few knees, and he pre-denies that sprawl. Lovely work. Lands a few more knees, and it's going to be interesting. He's got the
Whoa.
crucifix. Is he going to do some damage from here? This is lands him. No, he's back into side saddle. Good stuff from Freeze. Good defensive work, but he needs to get that guard back, and he needs to get back to his feet or work a sweep from there. But his back gets taken, and he's flattened out. At, at this kind of point, you wonder if it's just inexperience. He's going to go for the armbar
Oh
here. No,
wow.
he's going to posture up and beat him up a little bit. But I think Jigsaw's just a bit more experienced on the mat. Yeah, if you're going for that kind of get up, top level players know that that's not going to work. You're going to deny that, and you're going to beat them up a little bit. But we're going to see if Freeze can get back to defeat, see if we can work something from there, Don.
Absolutely. And again, top mounted. You're not going to get out of that. I think that's great that he got himself into half guard, but he just missed the opportunity to deny the top mount and the side control attempt. I mean, granted, why would you at that point, right? But still, these are things that you want to do, right? If they go for a transition, then you can block it, unless it's going to hinder you if you don't block it. It's important to do so, right? Because now, yet again, you're seeing Jigsaw in top mount, postured up, and is just draining Freeze's stamina. He is draining it badly, but that's good. That was a very good quick reaction, and now he's gonna have to. It, honestly, he needs to get up. He needs to get up because he's getting
Yeah, I agree.
smashed. He's getting smashed. Alrighty, Ed, what do you think, man?
Yeah, Jigsaw has done a really good job of showing Freeze who the daddy is in this first round. You know, just keeping him there, amount. You know, blocking everything, keeping him in a very dominant position, draining that stamina, landing some good significant damage, and just doing a really good job of emulating that classical Daniel Cormier style. You know, just go for the takedown, go for the grind, keep that top control, just keep smashing with the damage, and showing some
Well,
good front kick there as well. So I think we're going to see Jigsaw go for more of the same, initiate the grappling early, and just try and work the damage on the ground, because we've already seen what Jigsaw can do to Freeze on the ground. So, you know, don't take any chances on the feet, especially with the unorthodox strikes that John Jones has. So, yeah, I think we're going to see Jigsaw go back to his wrestling roots, and just we're going to have another round of grappling dominance, Stan.
Yeah, definitely. I'd just like to say, after this fight, we're gonna be taking a short 5-minute intermission. But yeah, yeah, getting back to the fight, no worries, but let's focus on the fight for now.
Ooh, that's
ooh,
what I'm talking about.
Jigsaw
Nice head kicks
doing
from range, you
very
know. Jigsaw's got to be careful of that. Doesn't want to eat too
100%,
many of
man.
those. It's,
Yeah, man. So Freeze needs to definitely work the kicks here. You know, he cannot let Cormier get into the range where he can go for the driving takedown, go for the takedowns in themselves, or work his boxing. You just need to keep it simple, man. You need to work the switch kicks, push kicks, front kicks to the face, and most of all, work the oblique kicks. And if he does get in range, he
wow,
needs to
ooh,
work the elbows
beautiful.
until he gets
wow.
taken down
Oh
there.
my
That is
god.
high level stuff.
That
The
was an
back sway
incredible job.
into the double leg.
Incredible way of
You know, Bram Stoker
capitalising
would
that.
definitely be proud of that one. You know, this he's now he's going to oh Jesus, look at the
What we're
stars.
looking at.
Jesus.
Freeze's
This is
Freeze's
like,
right
wow.
Freeze's right thumb is having a spasm. It looks like, just keeping constantly transitioning, giving Jigsaw the opportunity to drain that stamina even more and keep advancing positions. It's like he's been doing a great job of so far in this second round here. So, Stan, what would you like to see Freeze do here? You know, looks like he's running out of options. Maybe it's inexperience, like you said.
Um, yeah, I mean, definitely. I do think it's inexperience. I think Jigsaw, Jigsaw definitely knows that it's inexperience. He's keeping him. He's staying on top here, beating him up. He's taking him to the ground. And yeah, I'd like to see Freeze get it back to the feet. You know, work some elbows if he gets in range again. And yeah, just work the front kicks. Work any kick, because that's what you got to do with Jones. You know, keep the distance. If he gets too close, side kick or knee and elbow. He needs to just, you know, keep it simple. Just use the kicks. If he gets in range, use the elbows. That's all you need to do. What are your thoughts on this so far, Don?
Wow.
So I went to UFC Philadelphia, right? Just a little backstory, and saw Justin Gaethje and Barboza,
This is a
where I
beating.
saw this man in real life. Yeah, I
Hmm.
saw DC in real life. His back and his body is just—he's a huge man.
He's a
So to
thick
be
boy.
under,
He's
he's
huge, that
thick.
guy. He is
He
so
is
strong.
like
You see
a
him
wall.
manhandle guys like taller than him, you know. And in
Yeah,
heavyweight, he's doing the same. He knocked out Stipe.
yeah.
He's a beast.
He's just a complete beast, man, and he's so fast, and he's just a brick wall. I don't even know, like, where do you get shirts for that? Like, he's a brick, man, and to be hit by him, to be put under him in any kind of way whatsoever, is just terrifying.
Yeah, he's a huge
It,
lump of a man. I can't imagine
yeah,
that him being on top of you, smashing you with
Oh,
elbows.
look at the
It's a
block of the
horrible
head help on
experience.
Freeze, man. This is bad.
Yeah, and
Oh,
Stan,
and
you
he
got to
gets
remember,
another double leg.
we've still got one more round to go, and Freeze's stats are not looking any good at all. I think he's really got to pull something out of the bag, otherwise, definitely Jigsaw's going to be getting the finish in this third round, because he's got the stamina advantage by a long shot. He has the ability now to just not worry about the kicks from John Jones and just come forward, pressure with that boxing, get those rocks, or just get him against the cage and continue pounding him like he has been doing these last two rounds. So it's going to be interesting to see what our guy Freeze's approach is into this third round, because has very limited options, so he has to make the adjustments if he's going to have any chance of success in here, Don.
absolutely. This is a clinic. This is just a pure clinic from Jigsaw right now, and absolutely great sign of respect from Freeze. I mean, I think he has a good understanding of where he's at in this fight. But like you said, he definitely can come forward and win this. He really just needs to act. He needs to put pressure. He needs to avoid getting put on his back. Don't be predictable, and do not get don't rush it, because you need to keep the distance like John Jones usually does, and avoid literally taking any punches right now, because as you can see, just one overhand broke his almost broke his block health. So Stan, I mean, it's a clinic, man. It really is.
Yeah. I mean, if you ever see one-sided fight, you know that this is up there with them in ESFL history. It's just very one-sided. It's a, I wouldn't like to say mismatch because it's a big sign of respect for Freeze taking this on short notice, but it's just a complete clinic, as you said, Don. I think Jigsaw, one jab will break the block of Freeze. I think even a jab straight will rock him at this point. It's just there we go, one straight rocks in, going
Working
for
the
the
body
body
there,
knocks now.
brutal.
Yeah. Goes for the uppercut there, tries to catch him, but doesn't get it. But I do think that we will see another takedown very shortly.
Yeah, if Freeze even wants to make it to the end of this fight, he has to stay out of the pocket and just not take any more damage, because he's not going to be able to afford that. One more clean combo and a nice block break from Jigsaw, and that's going to be over. So he has to really slow the pace down and keep out of the pocket and keep landing them kicks. He's going to have any chance of success here, Stanley. Oh, and this is looking downhill for him now.
Oh,
Wow,
oh,
wow, what a finish! That was beautiful,
That was great.
beautiful. That
Missy,
was a beauty.
TC.
Wow,
Yeah.
man, that was a cherry on top for that great
fuck
fight.
Rose, fuck Rose.
Yeah, but he's in there right now saying that. But yeah, that was brilliant.
Oh,
That was a cherry on the cake. He didn't need to do that. He could have gone there, hit him with a nice block breaking combo, or just taken him down again and got the finishing crucifix on top mount, or wherever he wanted to. But no, he just had to put the style on it. Close the show with a big finish and keep the good vibe on this card. Keep the chain of good fights we've been having so far. So yeah, beautiful dominant performance by Jigsaw right there, and an amazing picture perfect finish. But appreciate Freeze for stepping in. Especially against Jigsaw. It's not an easy fight. You're going in there the underdog if you're fighting there on short notice. But yeah, props to Freeze anyway for stepping in short notice, and I'm looking forward to see you fight again on the ESFL, Stan. What do you think about that fight?
Yeah, man. As you said, great respect for Freeze. Obviously he was a bit out of his league with this one, but he stepped in short notice. You got to do nothing but give the man props, man. If you step on a short notice against Jigsaw, it's always going to be a tough time. But he gave it his all, and that's all that matters, man. Um, I do want to see him compete on ESFL again. It'd be nice. It'd be very interesting and nice to see him develop as a competitor. But yeah, props to Jigsaw. Props to both for putting on just a great fight, but Jigsaw putting on a clinic. This is he should definitely be getting a big buff rankings by wise after that great performance. But yeah, great fight by both. Yeah, well, what are your thoughts on the fight, Don?
um, uh, clinic. It's a clinic. I think the stats right there say it all. 31 strikes total were landed by John Jones. 6 minutes and 39 seconds was the control time. 4 out of 4 takedowns, with 84 punches landed at 159 attempts. One knockdown. He just outclassed him. And again, we're going to thank Freeze for stepping in and taking the fight, because honestly, not a lot of even top level fighters would. So they can. I hope to see Freeze come back and face somebody more of the caliber of that. But yeah, man, Jigsaw tonight showed that he's that guy. He's the guy, man. I'm looking to see more come from him later on.
Yeah,
Yep.
man, exactly. You're very right. And right, so we're gonna have to splash into a little 5 minute intermission before the main card starts. Sort a few things out behind the scenes, and then we're gonna be back for some more great fights, some milky Muay Thai, we like to say. So yeah, we'll be back very shortly. Grab a drink, go to the toilet, whatever you always need to do, and then we will see you shortly. Peace. boys and girls, we are back with the main card, and we're going to dive straight into it here. We've got TR Slickcoat fighting the Spider, and the Spider is picking his spirit animal in this game, his spirit fighter, Israel Adesanya. This guy brings the approach and mindset of Israel Adesanya and displays it beautifully in EA Sports UFC 3, but he's going up against my campmate TR Slickcoat here, who is known for his Nate Diaz. So, he likes his submissions, and Jacare has some very, very powerful submissions, and I'm not too sure on how Israel Adesanya's submission defense is going to hold up, but I hope the Spider can use his smart striking and good takedown defenses, stay out of that trouble, but looks like Spider's going in 3-0 against Colt, so he's going to have that confidence, but like we said earlier in the card stand,
Mm.
it only takes one good performance on the night to come through the win. It's only a best of one on the nightstand.
100%, man. So we've seen he last time Stickcott did bring up the Nate Diaz. Unfortunately, Nate Diaz doesn't have double legs, and he doesn't have ankle picks either. So I think Jacare is definitely a pick that suits him a lot better. He has double legs. He has obviously drum takedowns because he has double legs. He has the ankle picks, and he also has good boxing on the feet. But you just needs to be wary of that Jacare chin. But obviously, we cannot forget about my man Spider with his fancy stuff, man. He knows every combo in the book. He has a great Anderson Silva now. He's using Azrael Adesanya, man. Adesanya is a great pick, but if you get taken down with him, it's never good news. It's never good news again when you're using Adesanya and he's on his back. So we're gonna see how Spider uses how he uses him and takes his fight, man. We all know that you know Slick Coat will try and take this down, but we're gonna see if Spider can prevent that
He's
and
got to be
pace him up
smart
on
with
the
it,
feet.
Stan.
100%, man. Don, what do you think about this fight coming up? It's going to be so interesting. Classic versus striker versus grappler matchup.
I think that the Spider is gonna show why Israel Adesanya is called the Style Bender, man. I'm very much convinced.
Oh,
Well,
already.
I was, but
Oh, and he
as you can
breaks.
see, yep. And oh
Oh,
Whoa.
my God,
Spider is showing
Rooms.
some unorthodox stuff here. He's bringing out his inner Rome's 96.
right? Oh my God.
For those of you who don't know who Rome's is, he's the PS4 version of Spider. I love watching Spider's fight, especially. Look at that. You don't see those combos anywhere else, and it's not like this guy just throws it out once. He does it
Oh,
consistently, but yeah, Slickhawk gets a takedown here, and this is exactly where he wants to be. With 4 minutes left in the round, he's got plenty of time to work here and get that submission. And
oh,
yeah, he's just gliding
side
through Spider
control.
right now on top. Maybe the grappling stats of Uh oh,
Oh
and
my.
this is bad news already early in this fight. Jacare has some disgusting submissions. Spider has to be on these escapes, but
Flipped it
luckily
the wrong
Slickholt
way. He
flips it the
choked.
wrong way. He choked, he messed it up, but goes for it straight away. Probably not the wiser sized deer, but he's on top here nonetheless. Stan.
Oh, 100%, man. Spider needs to be careful in side control because if he gets one thing denied and that Kimura gets put on, is game over, man. But I think Spider's, I think he was a little bit iffy when he first got taken down. Now he's found his groove. He's denying things now. He's landed some elbows from the bottom, Michael Bisping style. So we're gonna see, man, if he can get back to his feet.
And he
Here we
takes
go.
it
He's got
back.
the
He's gonna get
backside.
up here. He's gonna get
Wow.
up here for
He's
sure.
gonna get up. Good stuff,
Yeah,
man.
this is what we
Good
need to
stuff.
do. And he throws a taunt.
Nice
Shows
little
that
Todd.
he's not
I'm
bothered
loving
by
it.
that. He's still got the stamina advantage. He's landed a few good body kicks as well that have
Nice
taken the body health
clinch.
down, but this is not where he wants to be right now. But Spider's doing a good job, staying out of damage, doing what he needs to be doing, keeping calm, not letting this phase him. He'll welcome the grappling, but he's very good at defending himself, and there he goes.
Very nice takedown defense. This is a good thing to see, right? For one, he's gonna pull out a different combo almost every time, but he's not going to allow himself to be. Well, never mind. Um,
Oh,
okay.
spoke too soon there.
Spoke way too soon, but anyway, this is still good. The Spider's still confident on his back. And so long as he doesn't put himself in a vulnerable situation, I think he'll be just fine, especially with the way Jacare's stamina is looking right now.
Yeah,
and
he has
not
exerted a
he
lot of stamina in this round. Slick Colt has, and it's only the first round, and he's only just above half stamina.
Oh, nice
Spider's doing
sweep.
Mhm.
great work there of sweeping him over and getting some top control. There's only 30 seconds left. Don't think Spider's worried at all that he's going to get caught in anything. And there we go, denying a few transitions from the top there, even though he's using Adesanya. That's what we like to see. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how Slick Colt changes his approach
He
to
hasn't got
grappling
time.
now. Yeah, definitely hasn't got time for that submission, but looks good in the judges' eyes regardless. Yeah, like I said, it's going to be interesting to see how Slick Colt changes up his approach because that aggressive, constant pressure grappling style isn't going to work in this second round because he's not going to have the stamina. He needs to be a lot smarter in his approach to grappling entry in the second round stand.
he, sh- he should look to whip the kick and then go for the takedown. Sorry, Sam, go for it.
Oh no, no worries, man. Yeah, but if you guys want to take this tip as well, you guys can. But one thing that I've noticed that Slick Colt's doing a lot that Spider really needs to capitalize on is when he gets taken down, he's in his guard, he's just doing about 10 fakes. So while he's faking, Spider could easily get that back stay, like easily full guard transition and get back to his feet. He needs once he fakes once, all you need to do is go for the full guard and he can get back to his feet here. But Spider's doing a very good job denying those
Gets him
driving
down
takedowns,
early
but
in the round.
every time Spider's getting taken down, I think he just needs to he just needs to deny that driving takedown and look for the over and under clinch because he'll have no stamina, man. Don.
Absolutely correct. Right now, this is he's still in a good position. He just needs to take advantage of it. The Slick Colt. Right now, Spider is stamina's looking good.
And he's
He's
up.
using his and he's using what he can to get up, and he's stuffing takedowns. So going into the third, if this makes it to the third, it'll be really intriguing to see where the stamina is looking, what the stamina is looking like. He's whipping hooks and rounded shots, and that right there was what Slick Colton wanted to do. But
Yeah.
again, he's going for something right away, and is
Pretty deny.
yep, and but now he's in a dominant position. So, Ed, as a stand-up specialist like yourself, what does the spider need to do to get the distance and keep Slick Colt from grabbing and putting him down like he has been?
Well, the first thing Spider needs to do is pressure Slick Colt. Not necessarily with strikes because Jacare's got a lot more power than Adesanya, and Spider will get himself hurt in these exchanges if he's not careful. But by pressuring, I mean pressure with footwork. Don't let him push you against the cage because Slick Colt is coming straight forward non-stop at the start of every round while Spider's trying to get that distance and backpedal a little bit, and that's leaving him open for the driving takedown against the cage, which he won't be able to deny if he's close to the cage. But if he has the cage control and he's making Slick Colt move back, with them knees to the body and them elbows, he might have to get a bit cheesy, get the cheddar out. But this is a Spider could be losing, seeing himself lose this fight if he doesn't switch up his game plan. So, from a striking perspective, it's gonna be interesting to see the adjustments
Nice
he makes
sweep.
going into this third round. Just to say that great sweep by Spider, he's on top. He's landing some body shots, doing some good denials here, especially the top game of Adesanya isn't nowhere near as close to Jacare's bottom game, but he's doing a good job of consistently blocking from the top and just drain that stamina even more. So that's going to be crucial going into the third and final round of this fight, Stan.
100%, man. But what I've said before about Slickout doing that about 100 fakes and guard, when I fight guys like this on ranked, while they're throwing all those fakes, I just transition, man. Don't even bother about denying it. Like if you know they're gonna keep faking, just transition. I'm pretty sure any top grappler will tell you that, man. Just transition. Don't worry about the fakes. People think too much about the fakes and they bout on them. And when you bout on the fake, it gives the guy on top maximum GA's grappler's advantage, and then they can just easily transition. So when the guy's faking like that, don't worry, man. Just transition and get out of there. Get into a safe position, get somewhere where you're safe, and Spine needs to do that and just get back to his feet and work him. This is that second round was very hard to judge, but I do think the first round definitely went to Spider. So I think if Spider wins this round, he'll definitely win the fight, but it's a matter of keeping it on the feet. Slick Colt's done a great job getting it to the
Manages
ground,
to get a
and all it
takedown
takes
there.
is one submission. Well, he's one
Absolutely.
submission with Jacare, man, 100%. So, what are your thoughts in this round so far, Don?
Um, Again, you're seeing Slick Colt remain in the top control position. And to Ed's point earlier, he's breaking through the range of Adesanya. He's making Adesanya's stand up ineffective.
Mm.
Even though the Spider is very good at throwing combos and throwing those rounded punches when he's breaking
Oh,
into
very interesting
right.
decision. The Jacare guy stands up when he has top control and gets himself
Oh,
body
body
rocked. He
rock!
might have just thrown the fight there.
Oh, body rock!
Whoa,
He's gonna
that
let
was a
him up.
terrible
He's
mistake
saying, "Get
Again,
up,
from
speaking
Slick
way
Colt
too
there.
soon.
That was a fight-changing mistake. That was,
guillotine, go for
God, I do not know
guillotine."
what he was thinking.
Yeah, right. I was thinking the same stuff, man.
Spider's got to be careful, man. He had such a good moment. He doesn't want to get himself taken down against the cage here. He's got to take it slow and wait for the referee to step in.
Is that a round winner? I
Possibly.
mean, if nothing else were to happen right now, I mean, yeah, I could see that being a round winner. But now this is again
Looks
control
like the
time.
ref's
This
going to
is
step in.
considered a takedown. This is and again, Slickle is getting off, but I think it has something to do with that stamina. And now, to I believe
Spider's just got to
Stan's
let
point
loose now.
earlier,
He's got
yeah,
to realize he's got a great stamina advantage and use that.
and he's landing just great punches.
Nice little torn there, 100%. I do think
Oh,
that Spider just needs to go for the uppercuts, man, 100%. Because if he's gonna shoot in a lazy double or even go for a clinch attempt, man, that uppercut will catch him and will rock him. And with that body health, one switch is all it takes. He gets taken down here again. He's picked up and slammed. But I think all Spider needs to do is remain patient, not get put in a submission. Because if he stays out of the submission, he's won the fight. He's got a rock to the body, and he's also got a knockdown. So he is gonna win this fight if he keeps this. A bit of a weird decision going for the north south
Yeah,
position there by Slick Cop. I think he
Slick
meant to
Cott's
go
making
for a
some very
side saddle.
questionable decisions right here in this fight. I've seen him stand up when he had top
100%,
control, and when he stood
and he
up, he got body
breaks.
rocked and dropped. So, and he gets body rocked again. That
wow.
Oh,
body is looking low.
he's
I
saying
would have,
get up. I'm gonna give you
I would
some
have
more.
seen, I would have liked to seen Spider go for a finish the fight submission there when he had that body rock. You know, just to to try and secure the win if it doesn't go his way on the judges' scorecards. But
Oh,
this could definitely be a 10-8 round. But yeah, great fight nonetheless. This is very entertaining. Great job to see Spider come back in that last round and really put the stamp on this fight, because it was
Absolutely.
really entertaining to watch, and he did a great job of neutralizing the grappling. Although he did get taken down, he stayed out of trouble. You know, didn't take much damage. You know, did the perfect game plan basically. Perfect game plan against a grappler. Not the
Yeah,
most
I
flawless
mean, and
performance, but we saw a very skilled high level fighter in that game right there in Spider. We're gonna see the official decision here. Who's it gonna be? Jacare's looking like he's thinking he's won it. Who's he gonna go to?
there's gonna be another robbery.
And there we go.
No, right
No,
decision.
the
In my opinion,
judges,
that
in
was the
my
right
opinion,
decision.
were right on this one. But great fight from Slick Colt. Slick Colt is my teammate. He's got a lot to learn when he gets to when he gets on PS4 and inspires me. You know, we'll be able to work on that striking. But yeah, great performance by both. Both showed they wanted to win the fight, and yeah, it's a joy to watch. We've had nothing but non-stop banging fights on this card. It's amazing to see. It makes me enjoy commentating a lot more.
Yeah, man. 100%. So I think the story of that fight was Spider just doing well for his back, staying safe, draining the stamina of Slick Corp, working the switch kicks, working the push kicks, 100% switching it up every time, faking the teeps, going for the question mark kick. Very nice combinations coming out, man, and he did what he needed to do to beat the Jacare. Jacare's got questionable chin. He did well. Just working that body though, man. Doing well, just staying safe at all times, and as I said before, drain the stamina. But Slick Colt did well getting the takedowns, but he didn't capitalize. I think he was just too desperate for the submission, and yeah, he didn't really deny anything, go for it, unfortunately. But that Kimura attempt was very close. That was so I'll give him that. I think he just needs to work on the fact of setting up the takedowns and keeping it in certain positions because he's very good at getting it to the ground against the cage. But yeah, anyways, I'm just jabbering on a bit now. But yeah, great fight by both, man. 100% enjoyed it. Yeah, as you said, Ed, non-stop bangers from this fight.
Yep,
You know, hope to see
and
both of you guys back in the octagon
speaking of
soon.
non-stop bangers, Stan.
Don, what are your thoughts on that fight, mate?
It was a good demonstration of two game plans being executed at the
Mm,
same time, but one being more effective. Um, it went well.
yeah,
Overall, just a good fight for the Spider. Can't wait to see him fight again soon. Ed?
Absolutely, Don. I couldn't have said it better myself. And we're gonna have a look at the fight card here and see what we have next. So,
ooh,
if you look at this rightly, we've got a banger, and
Hammer versus Motown,
so before we
banger.
go into this fight, I want to recap the weekend we've had. We've had some great fights. We've had a great Bellator card, an amazing UFC card with an incredible knockout in the main event. Maybe a sign of things to come. Maybe it could be the same in this main event. Pardon me. But the real buzz, the real interest was in bare knuckle boxing, where we had one of the goats fighting. Artem Lobov fought Paulie Malignaggi. The goat fought, and the goat beat Paulie Malignaggi, which is great to watch. So
Drink it
Wait,
in.
when it comes to this card, we also have the goat fighting.
We
So
did?
Saturday we have one goat in Artem Lobov, and Sunday we have another god in the form of Hammer. And Hammer is no joke. Hammer showed that he could outgrapple the former ESFL champion Mad Dog. You know, one of the best to ever do it on the Xbox side. He outgrappled him and had him in trouble on the ground a few times. And did have the opportunity to finish, but I think with a bit more experience, he definitely could have pulled off the victory against Mad Dog. So, Hammer's made it clear he's not here to be, messed around and joked about.
He's not
He is
messing
a
around.
real threat, and we're gonna see him against Preacher right here in a Kamaru Usman versus Tyron Woodley matchup. And I've just seen this on 5 rounds. So, boys, you might have to back out and change the settings for us because a 5 round fight is nuts. It's only for main event and title fights. So
I
if you
love
can
the
if you can
title of the
hear me,
stream is Preach versus Hammer. LOL.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
and Preacher's streaming. That goes to show the kind of mentality that the Preacher has going into this fight. He thinks Hammer's not a challenge. You know,
Yeah.
maybe the fact that it's on 5 rounds won't even be a problem because Preacher's so confident that he can get him out there in the first round, maybe. But we're going to see what Hammer can do. He's always the underdog going into these big fights in the ESFL, and he's replicating the style of the real fight that happened not too long ago by getting Woodley against the cage and trying to take him down and smash him by the looks of it, Stan.
I think they need to back out and set it back to 3 rounds. To be honest,
Yes,
if
Yeah.
that's
that is a cracking
possible,
idea.
please. Yeah. Do you want to move on? Is the other fight live? What is going on, or what's going on with that?
Yeah, I'm sure we were able to move on and then come back to this fight later on. I'm happy to do
Because
that.
Um.
can't my round fights against the rules. I'm afraid.
Yeah, all right. So looks like we're not going to broadcast that one. Um, so I'm going to click off that one right here, and we're going to move back to it after this next fight. So let me
Somebody let these guys know that
yeah,
this
let
they
these
need to
boys
back
know
out.
it's an easy mistake. They're still going at it, but let's check this fight card. See who we have next. Oh, and
Captain
they
not
backed out.
ready.
Okay, they backed out. No,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
a problem.
We'll
That's
just stay on this. Yeah.
brilliant. Right, we'll stay on this then. We'll stay here. That's all good. Right, so here they are.
But at least we know they're picking now, right? It's going to be an interesting pick. To see.
Yeah,
Wait, who picked Usman again?
that was
Was
Hammer.
that
That was Hammer doing that.
Hammer? Really? We're going to see if he can work the cardio of Woodley and see if he can, really test Preach's will in the clinch. See if he could drain that stamina just like what Usman does, man. Just work him in the clinch, take him down. But Usman actually has really heavy hands. 94 punch power for hooks, 92 hand power normally. So yeah, he's not too shabby on the feet, man. But when you're using Woodley, you got to utilize those leg kicks, man. If you're gonna look to take it to the ground, and I do think Preach might want to take it to the ground because those EK boys are they're pretty good on the ground as we saw earlier with Bez Preville.
Yeah,
just
they really know that.
dominating T4 Hedgehog Flair. You know what I mean? They're no they're known for their ground prowess. But anyway, we're just waiting for these guys to send the invite and get back into the fire selection screen at the moment, guys. So sorry about that. But yeah, um, please just have it set to 3 rounds. Later, whenever you've got your stream up and you're fighting, please just 3 rounds. Otherwise, we can't count the fight. We can't broadcast it because it's against the rules.
Yeah, it is an easy mistake to make, but like you said, Stan, it is against the official ESFL rules. So even if
Mm.
the outcome was decided in that fight, it's still not going to count. So, but well, even though that fight was 5 rounds, it didn't count. They could have taken it as a little sparring session, maybe a pre-fight or something like that. So maybe one of the guys could have found confidence in those 3 minutes. I did click off it after the first minute, so there could have been a few knockdowns that I didn't see. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna see what happens. Oh, all right. So Preacher's saying that Hammer's quit. He has given up. Is this true? I need to get in contact with Hammer because I don't think we've ever seen this before. I don't think we've seen this
alright.
before in
So
ESFL history. We've had a fighter pull out of a fight after just
alright.
having
So
a few minutes in there.
let's
So I
let's
think
skip to the
we,
next
yeah,
fight while
we're
these
gonna
guys
have to
figure it
skip.
out. 100%,
Yeah,
because we can't be hanging around. We don't want to keep you guys waiting.
yeah.
Waiting around. We
That's
want to
very
see fights.
very
We want
unfortunate.
to commentate.
Yeah,
So let's get into the next one. The next
yeah,
one's just as good as this one too. Great fight as well. As if you want to bring it up, Ed.
yeah.
Introduce the
I'll get that.
fights.
I'll get that in. So right now we have Suspect Zero. Oh my word. Versus the big man himself, the king of the Discord, Declan. What a beast! He's a physical specimen. 6'7", 240 pounds. This guy's not to be messed with. This guy's had to develop his delicate fingers to not smash a controller when he picks it up. But oh no, I think Declan's fallen asleep. He's offline right now. This is not good. This is not going good for us tonight. Oh dear.
I think we're gonna take a short intermission as we figure things out.
Yep, that's a great call. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Obviously, get everything sorted, and we'll be back with the next fight.
What's going on?
Yeah, I don't get it.
We can't just skip 3 fights ahead. That's stupid. We need to get in contact with Hammer.
I will fight Motown if that's gonna make it easy. Let me just see if he's into it.
Where's what's Motown rank though? We need to.
He's high. He's ranked high in Xbox.
Three and two, yeah, sure, man. He's ranked 11. So yeah, that's definitely doable. Jesus. But yeah, let's first of all let's
Sorry for that. Those technical difficulties. We had some matchmaking issues, the connection issues, but we are back where we started. And make sure you change it to 3 rounds, Hammer, please. Change it to 3 rounds. There we go. He's listened. Beautiful. Now, alright. Preacher's decided to change up his style a little bit. He's gone to Nick Diaz instead of Tyron Woodley. It's going to be interesting to see who Hammer picks in this fight.
Oh, he's picked Woodley.
Oh no, he hasn't. But he did last time. What on earth am I seeing right now? Oh dear. So we went from Usman versus Woodley to Bruce Lee versus Nick Diaz. How did this happen?
I don't even know, but this is what the fight is. We're gonna listen, and we gonna call this fight, because this is the last
It's
time
finally
we
here.
started. Yeah, wow.
The
12 to
commentators
43.
are on. 12 to 43, so...
Ed, that's that man in your record, mate.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm the one with 12 wins. Right, so Hammer's opening up with kicks now. Hammer's going with that weird style of his, trying to land some funky strikes all the time. But
Dylan RS with the obliques.
Preacher's having none of it. Preacher's having absolutely none of it. He's just pressuring him. This is a very bad decision, in my opinion, from Hammer. This is just classic Hammer behavior right here.
Yeah.
But that just goes to show he doesn't care. He's confident. It doesn't matter who he uses. He can go out there and try to pull off a victory. So it's a very, very brave move from Hammer against Nick Diaz, and especially EK Preacher using Nick Diaz, or should I say Motown.
Yeah.
Jesus, this is bad. He's clinched Nick Diaz and
Go
Bruce
Hammer,
Lee.
you got this, man.
Oh, he's denied. Oh, fucking
Oh my goodness! And he gets it. Oh my goodness! Hammer. Imagine. Can he pull it off? No.
Oh, I
Oh
couldn't
my
get it.
god! Can you imagine if he
Alright,
pulled that
you
off?
know what? This may not be the greatest decision in ESFL history.
I nearly had a heart
he's
attack.
giving it to him. He's giving it to him.
Oh,
He nearly got the sweep there. What are your thoughts on the fight so far, Ruth?
I nearly had a heart attack, Stan.
I'm having a great time. And just watching.
These fights are so entertaining. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
This is making this a great time.
Mm-hmm. I'm just
slapped.
All right.
Hammer. He swept him Hammer style,
Hammer
He passed the guard.
is showing why Bruce Lee is a jiu-jitsu practitioner, and clearly, because
He's slicing through Preacher like butter on the top here.
Yeah.
Can he capitalize on it though? Can he finish him on the ground? He's very close to getting that submission, but oh no, this is bad news for Hammer right here. He's in danger right now.
Out.
Wow. I mean, you're in.
Back in we go.
He has his guard with Bruce Lee. I mean, this is not the greatest thing. I mean, yeah, he's denying this. He's literally, this is ex-Branson style-esque, man, UFC 2 stuff, sitting in the guard. Not looking to do much, but Motown gets back to his feet. I mean, it's
Wow.
what an overhand. He's looking to break the block here, uppercut there. Yeah, man, I know. You know what? Hammer's doing not.
Oh
Hammer
no,
strikes again.
this is not good.
Yeah, Hammer strikes
Hammer.
again. Jesus.
Hammer needs to not throw it in the air.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
Hammer's so fast. Poor Hammer. Poor Hammer.
Hammer down. Hammer down.
Hammer down.
Motown
Hammer to
said
fall.
he's gonna take his horse to the Old Town Road and ride it till he can't no more. Wow, Hammer, good fight, man.
Hammer showed great heart as always. Great shadowboxing abilities inside of the ESFL cage, but unfortunately, I think he made a very bad mistake by choosing Bruce Lee here in this main card fight. I think he should have gone with his Usman fight. He would have had a better chance of the grappling. You saw what we did on the ground when he picked Bruce Lee. Imagine if he went back with his original Usman pick. But once again, Hammer showing why he's so quirky and unorthodox with his crazy.
I'm sorry,
picks.
Ed. Can I just?
Yes,
why would you switch from Kamaru Usman to Bruce Lee?
That is a question only Hammer can answer.
I'm wondering right now. They're just two completely different fights. I just don't want to. I just don't understand the.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, I'd love
just
to sit down and have a chat with Hammer after
yeah,
this and actually get an answer because I'm no disrespect. I'm just saying just two completely different fighters, and he came out there and he tried to grapple Nick Diaz with Bruce Lee. It's a bit of a weird one. I don't know. I mean, we've seen Darth wrestle with Robbie Lawler before, and he proved effective. So I don't know if he was going for the same kind of route of that. It was interesting though. Sorry to interrupt you, Ed. Though, please finish.
yeah. That's fine, no problem. Like I honestly have forgotten what I was gonna say, but regardless, it is a great fight. So,
Absolutely.
um, next up is Declan, but Declan doesn't seem to be here. So I'm gonna find out if Suspect is here. Then we're gonna have to find another opponent for Suspect. But in the meantime, we're gonna have to, well, the boys in the back sort that out. We're gonna move on to the next fight here, lads, which is EK Darth. Oh my word, it's a brother of Suspect. Right,
Suspect.
so
It's gonna be a good
Nice.
one.
let's get let's get onto this fight, boys. Oh no, wait.
Who's
Oh, never mind. Declan is alive.
wait? What?
Okay, never mind.
He's
Declan
alive.
is alive. If you
Awesome.
check, Declan is
He's
alive.
alive.
Okay, so
All right.
basically,
Give me a
Declan
straight
wasn't
one.
streaming, so it was a different. Okay, I'm up to speed now. Okay, never
Could I
mind.
get
We're
the
here.
link for that then? Who's
Yep,
who's
it
actually
is
street?
EK MMA Bones. It's on. It's listed as fight number 10.
Okay, is that on Mixer?
Uh huh.
Yes.
EK
I'll send
underscore
it over to
MMA
you.
Bones.
Cheers. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
they've started it now. So let's see what these boys are doing. I'm
I
interested to
I
see.
enjoyed
Ooh, ooh,
I
ooh.
enjoyed that last fight, man.
Yeah, that
Like
that was a
that
joy
was
to watch.
I really can't. Like, a good laugh. And it's not the oh glad he's lowering down. Why are you lowering down?
Um, I'd love if he turned the commentary off all the way.
Oh,
I'd appreciate
yeah.
that a lot.
I mean, I don't want to
Just
compete with Joe Rogan.
commentary
That
off.
guy kind of does podcasts for like a living,
Yeah,
and
but yeah.
he, yeah, he does a lot better than we could, even if we're reporting. So it would be very, very much appreciated if that could go off completely. And who is Daddy UFC Buck?
So
Is that
Daddy UFC
what?
Buck is EK Darth. He's just under a different name right now. He has a lot of them.
So
We
we
know
watched the
that.
EK MMA Bone stream. That's the one, right?
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
Right, we are here now. He's gone to Rockhold. He's decided to use Luke Rockhold against Declan's Nick Diaz. So I'm not sure if that's a good idea. You know, the boxing ability of Nick Diaz is incredible on this game, especially against somebody who doesn't really have the hands that Nick Diaz does, like Luke Rockhold. So
Or the
I think
chin?
I think we're gonna see Suspect, no Bones, sorry, really trying to utilize that El Guapo perk and land them dirty liver kicks and really take a big chunk out of the body health of Declan here to slow him down, Stan.
Oh, 100%, man. That was a
Wow.
nice pull counter single leg right there. High level stuff. That's how you know this Daddy UFC Buck is a really high level grappler, man. Just full counter single leg, beautiful stuff. But Declan gets back to the feet here, so Declan seems to know what he's doing. He doesn't want to be in the ground with Luke Rockhold, even if he's on his back with Nick Diaz. It's never a good idea. Catch him a nice lead hook there, though, man. He's doing well boxing, and that's what you need to do with Diaz against Rockhold. When you're using Diaz anyway, you just need to pressure with your jab, use volume. You need to use him how he fights in real life, man. Honestly, just use the jab, 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 jab straight, body hooks. But he really needs to, utilize the body hook. As I just said, he sprawls on him there, but he gets back up. So we're gonna see. Oh, he's using a little side step there. Side steps a side kick, denies the clinch attempt. But yeah, what's your thoughts on the fight so far, Don?
Um, Interesting. I mean, you're seeing a lot of slip straight attempts coming from MMA Bones. You're seeing the typical boxing of Nick Diaz coming forward. And both of these guys do have good ground. Obviously, knowing that Rockhold's got better ground, I'm curious to see how he tries to go forward. Misses the um, tie transitional block if he had got wow, and that is a great um, single leg going from MMA Bones. I just hope to can see this continued because in the stand up, I would give it to Nick Diaz just because of his punching speed, man. He's gonna land, and with the chin that Luke Rockhold has, it's not a good thing to try to do. And that is
Ooh,
beautiful
takedown of
work,
his own.
beautiful work from him, Ed.
Yeah, that was a great, nice little showcase of his takedown abilities right there. But I'm just
Ooh.
oh, there we go.
Woo!
Jesus, beautiful rock there
Got fancy with
by
it.
Darth. But what I was going to say was, it's beautiful to see how even these fights are. You can see we're getting to the end of the card now, so the fighters at the top of this card are really high level guys, like top 10, top 20 players. So you see the games get a lot more technical, a lot more even in the damage regards. But yeah, Darth did a great job capitalising on that whiffed head kick of Declan. Nice little straight, got him down to the ground. So you'll see what I want to see the adjustments Declan has to make in this round. Maybe up the pressure a bit, kind of expose Rockhold's bad boxing in this game, neutralise his kicks by pressuring and always coming forward. So we're gonna see that nice takedown denial though from Declan straight away in this round. Takes a nice wedge of stamina. Stan.
Yeah, man, I'm seeing a lot of empty pre-slips from a suspect right here, man. Um, I think Declan needs to go with the just a simple jab hook. Simple jab hook will rock that rock hold chin. That chin's very suspect, so no pun intended, but yeah, it's very suspect. So I think he needs to go for like a simple jab hook, your lead hook, straight lead hook, and I think he will definitely get a rock off that because he keeps empty pre-slipping, and now he's kicking in a boxing range, which is quite literally a death sentence, especially in Nick Diaz when
Mm-hmm.
he's really quick. So I think he really needs to keep the pressure up with his jab. He's got clinched right here. It's never a good thing being in the clinch of Luke Rockhold, especially when you're 80 full clinch grapple Nick Diaz tie clinch right here. See what he's gonna do here. He's gonna go for some body knees. Denied. Body knee coming. Yeah, thought so. Incoming body knees. Oh, he's got the
Wow.
body.
Beautiful body rock.
He's taking him down. Good decision by Declan so he can recover. There we go. Gets back up. Great decision. I'd like to see Declan use some more body hooks or just pressure
Wow.
with boxing, man. All all suspects trying to do is just kick or empty
Darth.
pre-slips. I do think yeah, oh, is it Darth? Sorry, my
Yes,
bad.
it is
So
Darth
what
as
Darth's
well.
trying to do is, empty pre-slip and yeah. So I've talked for quite a lot. Sorry about that. Don, so what's your fight so far? How do you think Declan could switch it up a little bit? What do you recommend he should do here?
I mean, if you're not successful in the hands and you're Nick Diaz, then you go to the next best thing, right? You try to get him uncomfortable and you make your opponent guessing. You keep your opponent guessing, whether it be with clinch work or ground. He needs to start utilizing what he has. And I mean, be careful because as you can see, that knee right there, he lands another one of
Mm,
those. And yep, he keeps handing that body. Not only is the stamina going to be, deplenished, but as Ed mentioned earlier, El Guapo is still significant here, and he can easily cause another body health event just by doing that. And I think what we're seeing right now is just high level striking coming from the back sway straights and the knees that are coming forward. But then that was a great catch from Darth. So Ed, this is your kind of realm, man. Striking battle. How's this going?
Well, this is going really in Darth's favour here, as you can see. I think the body kicks and the combinations have just been a little bit too much for Declan tonight. Maybe he hasn't been able to execute the hands that Nick Diaz
nice body
has.
kick.
Maybe it's because it's in middleweight, but yeah, Darth is definitely getting the better of these exchanges. Declan has to really pull something together and stay out of trouble in this last round. But that's easier said than done. When you're fighting a top three guy like Darth here, Stan.
Oh no, 100%. I do think Declan needs to just pressure, man. He's got to go all out. He's 2 rounds down now. He needs to really just start, utilizing that pressure style of Nick Diaz. Come forward even with body shots. Just switch something up. If someone's pre-slipping, it's nice straight to the body or a nice body kick will punish them so badly. So I do think he needs to switch something. As we've seen, look, slip, 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 just land a body shot, land a lead hook. It's easier said than done, as I said before. But he needs to try something else now. Look at that chin of Rockhold. It's not looking the greatest either. He's actually got less chin health than Nick Diaz right now, man. But
Stand.
he needs to switch. He needs to switch something up. So
Stan, it's incredible to see that Darth is the one coming forward, pressuring with boxing whilst using Rockhold. You know, the meta of the game is for Nick Diaz players to do that, but it's very, very weird
oh,
to see
100%.
a Luke Rockhold player doing that when his boxing isn't the strongest, and it's mainly his body kicks that get you wins with him in online fights. Whoa, whoa! But Darth takes flight. Darth takes flight and decides to go home early. What on earth was that? That was
He did
incredible.
stick.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. I want to see the replay of this.
He did stick her up in the position.
What on earth was that?
Straight from me.
Oh, oh
I
my
think this is the
goodness.
knockout of the night.
This is knockout of the. Oh.
They broke the universe,
Oh my
man.
god, man. It's like Thanos snapped his fingers as soon as he connected with that punch. Oh my goodness. Wow, I don't know what to say. That was the most incredible thing I've ever seen.
Declan, teach
I
me,
don't know,
teach
do
me
not
the
know what to say.
ways.
That was amazing. That was the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Man, oh
You know,
my god.
Wow.
you know what though? As
Wow.
mad as that is, I think we completely forgot that Declan was 2 rounds down and he just completely pulled that knockout.
Yeah, he was 2 rounds down
Uh,
and sent Darth into
Send
orbit.
him home.
He sent him into orbit.
You send him back. You send him back to the Shadow Realm with that one, mate. Jeez.
Yeah. Jesus. Wow, that was. Yeah, that was something. I've never seen that happen. I've never seen that
I
happen in
think
UFC. That's
we should
incredible.
actually,
That is
you know,
brilliant.
go more in depth on what actually happened in the fight
You
now.
know, you could upload this. You could send this to Lad Bible and they'd upload it. I think probably something they do. But anyway, we're on to
A
fight
slip
number.
straight off of a knee.
That was incredible. Declan
Obliterates
bringing out his
human
inner
beings.
Harry Potter, stupefying Darth with that incredible left hand. That's beautiful to see.
Jesus Christ.
That was
Right.
great.
Now
That's
we have
awesome.
our next fight of the evening ready.
I
if
don't
you
think we
boys,
have a link for
Oh, we do.
Darth and Dino.
Darth and
Do we
Dino.
really?
No, it's Dab and it's Dab and Drew.
Dab and Drew. It's Prodigies versus Dabigan. Let's get it. That was an incredible.
Oh, sorry, yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
No, you're good. I am a fan of Naruto and the fact that he has what I'm thinking is Madara's mask on is dope, or actually Toby's mask. So
He
now
come
I'm
with
rooting
him.
for Dab. Yep. That's what happened.
Right. Are you boys ready to go for this next banger of the fight?
I still can't get over that.
Yeah,
Can somebody please clip that and
Please,
and
I'd
post
love
it
that to be
so I can
clipped
see it.
and linked to me so I can spread that far and wide.
That is beautiful.
Yeah. That's
The
an
beautiful
incredible
game.
experience. Oh, Dylan.
Alright, I'm gonna get this link up. Oh, there we
Yeah,
go.
I'm ready to go when you are, boys. Oh,
Noise, noise, noise. Lightweight.
Yep.
Drew likes to call himself the GOAT nowadays, so we're gonna see him go back off his words here against the
right. Bang, here we go.
vicious Dabican who's looking to make a statement.
Former title contender Dab is. I believe Prodigies was once a
Champion.
title holder. Yeah,
Yeah.
both of them, right?
No, Dabican wasn't, but he was a title challenger. But yeah, no, Drew definitely was for Prodigies. Yeah, he lost. He won the belt and lost to Mad. So he's back now a couple months later, saying, you know what, I want my belt back. And what better way to come back after a knockout like that in the previous fight. We're gonna see if we're in for any more surprises tonight.
It's been pretty good. It's been a great fight
Ooh,
all
right.
night.
I've got word in the back that we may have skipped a fight.
I thought we did, yeah.
Yeah. So
Dino.
it turns out that that was actually suspect playing. EK MMA Bones is suspect.
Yes, I thought so. That's why I've recorded
Okay.
So wait a
suspect.
minute.
So we actually
So
skipped Darth versus Dino, but we're gonna get that link up right now. Looks like Drew is maybe AFK, so if we're not able to get this fight underway, then we're gonna have to revert back to um, Dino versus Darth. So we're gonna just float around for a little bit, try to get this sorted out quickly. Yeah, it should be resolved very soon, hopefully. Just trying to get some links from some people. Ta-da! Come on,
Just trying to get the
boys.
link up,
Oh,
guys.
never mind.
Sorry
Right,
for the wait.
Prodigies is here. We're good. We're good. We're fine.
All right, guys. So Dino, we'll have your file just after this one. Prodigies is actually here and he's up. He's reading up. So we'll come back to that fight shortly after this one.
Yeah,
But
I'm
yeah,
ready.
Dabba can go with the Conor McGregor pick. Conor McGregor fights are always exciting to watch. We're gonna see Prodigy's going with the Tony Ferguson pick. I already know what Prodigy's gonna do. He's gonna try and take him down and
Would be nice to see him ready up here
utilize that
in this
90 more submission offense against
this
Conor
fight.
McGregor's 86 submission defense. I think that's the most sensible thing to do. But everyone seems to forget about Tony's rolling knee bar from the clinch as well. You can submit Conor
True you
McGregor with full
special Stan.
stamina when you go for that. Yep, true. You definitely know that
Definitely
statement. I wrote
one
it.
of the
Correct,
legends
correct
in
you on that one,
UFC
mate.
2 who oh, okay.
UCM.
I see how it is.
But yeah, we get right into this one. What are your thoughts on this fight, Rufus?
Oh, 6-0.
um,
Prodigy's is 6-0 going into this fight with Dabakan, but like I said, he's in a like I said earlier on in the card in one of the early matchups. This is McGregor versus Tony Ferguson, and McGregor is lethal in a 3-round fight. You know, Dabakan has the ability to take more of those chances because he hasn't got to worry about the championship round, so he can let more shots go in a 3-round fight.
Done.
I'm thinking that this is I'm honestly I this is just a straight up. They both are excellent strikers. They both are excellent ground. They both have excellent groundwork. I'm just gonna take this one as it comes, man. Like I think this is just gonna be an excellent fight all around. I'm looking forward to seeing Connor's slips, and looking forward to seeing Tony Ferguson's
Ooh.
striking pressure.
Ed?
Yeah, these guys are starting this fight, this first round, very high paced. I want to see Prodigies maybe try to take it to the ground because, like I said, that power of McGregor in a 3-round fight is absolutely deadly. You do not want to be in the pocket, constantly in these exchanges where you're just gonna be on the tail end of a brutal left hand. So, I want to see Big Drew try to get him against a cage, maybe set up a takedown or some clinch work. Would be nice to see, Stan.
Yeah. I mean, 100%. I think. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at the fight here. Yeah, they're both just clipping each other constantly. So I think Prodigy's is doing well on his feet. He's landed a few good, pardon, good few shots. So I do think that he doesn't want to get too comfortable on his feet against Conor McGregor, man. He should set up a takedown, go for the clinch, deny something over and on, go for the rolling knee bar. If not, take his back from the back clinch position. Maybe just a takedown, man. Just work something with. He's even got a heel hook from Stack on. I'm pretty sure he does.
Yeah,
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But do you think Prodigy should start kicking the leg of Conor McGregor? That's my specialty against Conor McGregor, as Ed would know. Just try and kick the
oh
leg
yeah.
and
Get that
yeah, take him
GA,
far away,
slow him
take the
down.
movement. Yeah, man.
Oh, and
And
there we
get the
go.
GA,
He
get
gets
him
a
going.
rock.
Yeah, I see that. But yeah,
Beautiful.
doesn't want to get too comfortable in the feet against Conor, man. Just secure the takedown, win the round, and
No,
go
you're
for
right.
submission, man.
you want to attack McGregor when he's vulnerable and rocked, and then don't get too overzealous. Don't try to get that one extra punch in. Just take what you can
Mm.
get in the time frame where he can't strike back. So yeah, Prodigy did just that. Very good job of not taking damage, and he's ahead in the round here. He's landed a few great body kicks that have really taken away the body health of our guy using McGregor here. So
Notorious, man.
yeah, man. Dabican's got to watch
With
out
it.
for his body health in the third round because Prodigy's health stats are looking fine and the stamina is in Prodigy's favour
Finishes
as
by
well.
submission might be on the cards here.
Yeah, that's true. You never know. Stan?
But yeah, working the Superman punch. So yeah, I was just watching the fight. Yeah, working the Superman punch there, but he's got to be careful because Superman punches do have a lot of vulnerability to them. They don't do too much damage, but they're quite yeah, vulnerability is quite bad with them. So you got to be really careful when you throw them. But yeah, after that round, I am impressed by Prodigy's game plan. He's definitely executing it extremely well. Working the block of Conor McGregor, working the body, up, down, keeping him guessing. Maybe throw some leg kicks in there now. Just switch it up a little bit, some front
Still
kicks.
got to be
But
careful when doing that against McGregor because one
100%,
combo, one frame trap is all it takes for
one
Dabican to
slip,
steal this round back here and potentially get a few rocks and knockdowns. But Prodigy's returning with a nice combo of his own, getting a head health fashion of Dabican. Both guys have to be careful. It's a crucial part in this fight. Both guys are still relatively fresh, can still take a few shots, can still let a
front
few
kick.
go and waste a bit of stamina. But now, yeah, both guys have to be careful. Prodigy's is one round up, and Dabican knows that, so he can't let himself be too vulnerable and open to strikes because he has taken a lot of damage, especially in the first round. And there we go, he gets it rocked again. Prodigy's is throwing heat, he's coming to finish this fight, but very smart work there. Goes straight to the body after landing some good shots to the head.
Ooh.
Stand. Oh, and there we go again, he's rocked. Can Dabican finish him? It's not looking likely, but he does
Very
work the head
nice.
health there. Oh, and he catches the body kick. Dabican,
This is crazy.
Dabican trying to finish, catches it again. Man, Prodigy's has to be careful here, Stan, or he's going to end up getting KO'd. He needs to slow his pace down a bit.
Yeah, 100%, man. He really needs to be careful. Like he was doing very well in the first round, got a couple rocks this round, but that's what I meant. He should, as soon as you said that earlier, Ed, I completely agreed with it. Like you need to, just, as Ben Davis says to Tyson Fury, don't get greedy. You can't get greedy when you're fighting like Conor
Exactly.
McGregor, especially when you're rocking. Exactly. You need to just take what you see.
Wow.
Don't force anything. Jesus.
Oh,
Oh
good
my god.
night. Jesus.
Good
That was a
night.
slick knockout. That was... Ooh, ooh.
That was
That's what we
He got
like to
too
see.
unbelievable.
greedy.
Good
Some
job.
masterwork.
He got too
Yeah,
greedy,
you're right.
goes head tail down, and yeah, Dabican came away with a win. That is very impressive, especially when he was down in the fight and taking a lot of damage. If you look at his health stats, it looked like he was getting smashed up, but no, he pulled through. Had he did great determination. Look at that, ended the fight with brutal head kick. So we like to see great performance from both though. Unlucky to Drew, he was in the looked like he was winning that fight and had it in the bag, but Davikin just did a great job capitalising on that. Good job, man. Good job. So, Don, what do you think of that fight as a whole, man? What could Prodigy's done differently in the end of that fight there?
Utilize the wrestling, utilize the clinch work of Tony
Absolutely, yeah.
Ferguson. Don't keep pushing forward and trying to rock or a wounded animal and keep pushing him to the corner. You know what I mean? Like Davikin was down with head health, Davikin was down with body health, Davikin was down with block health, and Davikin was down with stamina. I mean, this fight was Prodigy's to win, and it was his to lose as well. He started getting really fancy with the head work, and Davikin was quick to pick up on that and planted that left high shin right into his head and gave a very clean knockout and very suiting for the star to follow the Star Wars knockout of previous. So I mean, it's great back to back fights. Great fight from Dabikin to keep the pressure and sticking to Conor McGregor's game plan of, hey, I have 95 stamina and I'm coming for you, and he executed very well. Stan, any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, as we said before, as Ed was saying before, earlier in the fight, you just can't get too greedy against Conor McGregor, man, and that's exactly what happened with Prodigies. He just got too greedy. Um, he didn't take it to the ground when he had the opportunity. He was doing well in the first round and early in the second, but he just saw the health of Dabakan and didn't play it safe. He just played for the finish too much, and you don't want to mess around with Conor McGregor on the feet. You want to just play it safe. He rocked him. He should have just played out the round, and he could have been 2 rounds up. And the third round, he could have just played it really slow. Played it safe, but he chose not to do that. He risked getting knocked out, and that's what happened. When you're playing 50-50 like that, that's just kind of what can happen. That's really what can
Yeah, it's
happen. But
just UFC
anyway,
3 in a nutshell, really.
Dabo can 100% one vulnerability spike is all it takes, especially against a corner. But Dabakan did very well on the other hand, just staying composed. He stayed composed, and after the second round, he started dominating. And then, geez, that head kick was as sweet as a nut, just so precise. He just went for the jab, classic jab, straight head kick, and Prodigies just waited to the side and got caught with a head kick. Very unlucky, but that's kind of what happens when you try to fight fire with fire. Sometimes you get burnt. So yeah, good fight by both. I don't want either of them to go away and have a long layoff, especially against Prodigies. It was fun to see you back. Yeah, hope to see you guys soon, man. Thank you very much for the great fight.
Yeah, absolutely right, Stan. That was a brilliant performance by two great strikers, and yeah, that's what can happen. You guys can just get caught. It's just one of them things in the UFC game. So yeah, right.
Water is
Right.
wet,
I've got a new
fire
link
burns.
now. I've got yes, water wet fire burn, and I will meet Michael Bisping. Right.
All right.
So I'm gonna post a link for you
Yeah.
now. Darth is being classic Darth and giving me the wrong links. So here we go. This is the right one now. Sorry about that. But
No worries. So
we
it's
will
on
go
mixed,
ahead
right?
right now. Yep,
T4H
yep.
Darth.
It's on Mixer T4H underscore Darth. So we are we are ready to go. So these boys are in the lobby. Looks like they're going for a featherweight. So I know Darth is a grappler at heart. So I think he's going to go with Frankie and try to get this fight to the ground against the big man
Mm.
himself, El Dino. Also my campmate. Had a great performance last week. Showed his great skill. And but yeah, but it's gonna be interesting to see how he comes up against a tank, grappling beast. This is second set. The twins have fought on this card. He had his brother suspect with a win, and now he wants to make it 2-0 for the Jordanian twins on
No,
ESFL
suspect
71.
loss.
Suspect loss? What?
Do you not remember?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He
Yeah.
got sent
Okay.
to the shudder realm.
Yes. Sorry, he was winning the decision. That's why I thought that that
Yeah.
that slip straight
It's all
was.
good. It's all good.
It's like
We
something
forget.
like the government
We
made
got a
up,
lot
so
to
they
remember.
removed it from my brain. Yeah. Yes, and it's incredible. Wow.
Yeah. What about these picks, Ed, man?
Yeah, classic matchup. I'm gonna be interested to see how Dino uses Aldo because I saw him use pick RDA last week and he showed his great technical ability on the feet. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Darth deals with that because he's trying to get him down to the floor. If Dino keeps an eye on the transitions and all the takedown attempts and clinch entries, then Darth's gonna have a hard night. But doing what his brother did earlier, using those hit reactions to get the over under clinch, it's very, it's full maximum grapple advantage. So you have to deny it like as soon as they go for it. Otherwise, you're going to be in the over under position. Isn't that right, Stan?
Yeah, man. So we're gonna look to see if Darth can utilize the boxing Frank Yeager and see if it's enough to get it to the ground. But he's getting caught here in a brawl with Jose Aldo, and that's not good. That head off was so low to being rocked, but Darth's firing back really well, man. So Down needs to be careful here. But obviously, Jose Aldo is the better striker on the feet. I like to see. I don't know if he'll choose to bring out the leg kicks because one check leg kick, we all know Darth's gonna shoot on that. I don't know if he'll try and pre-deny it or if he's gonna even look to that. But I think he's doing well so far. Piecing up Darth on the feet. utilizing the boxing, but I think they're both. I think it's very evenly matched. At the moment, he gets rocked right there.
Oh,
Oh, and he
beautiful
gets
block
dropped.
break by Darth there.
Darth doing well.
Dropped
Jab
him.
straight, uppercut straight, Professor Sliv esque. We're gonna see if he's gonna look to Utah. He's firing back though. Look at Dino, he's firing
Darth is
back. Good
coming
stuff,
forward with
man.
heavy hands, trying to knock this guy out. I haven't seen.
Yeah,
We've seen a few
of
clinch
course.
entries here, but it's not like he's
Wow.
desperate and needs to go for it. He's having fun. He's having his way at the moment. And there we go, a beautiful double leg from long range gets Dino on the mat. He's already had a knockdown, so he's not going to try and chance anymore. Not doesn't want to make any more risks on the feet. So he's going home now. He's taking it down to the floor, where he's most comfortable in the game. Dom.
Absolutely, and showing right now the great top game of Frankie Edgar, and he misses denying the stand up attempt, which is fine, and he's just putting a lot of pressure forward. Is Darth, and as you can see, it's showing, especially with Jose Aldo's chin, like that. Like wow,
Oh,
This is
he's
really
breaking this
impressive
block and moving
from
forward.
Darth right here. Look at that head held from Dino just all the way down now. And, yeah,
And
relentless
again,
pressure here
another double leg,
from Darth. Gets him down. Beautiful work
another
here.
double leg. He and what he needs to be worried about though is the stamina. You know, again, we saw earlier with the Frankie Edgar pick, in a 3 rounder. You definitely can start moving forward and using that level 5 boxing rather sparingly, but
oh, this is bad.
Yeah,
frivolously. But
this is not
this is
looking
bad.
good right now.
He's draining the stamina and he's putting on pressure.
Yeah, I think Dino took way too much damage in that first round. He's gonna have to make some serious adjustments in the second round. So Stan, from your perspective,
Mm.
from a well-rounded player who likes using Jose Aldo, what can Dino do here to bring back this fight? He's got 2 rounds left to go. Should he stay back and try use Aldo's Muay Thai combos just to maybe edge out a decision, or should he just try and grapple? What do you think?
No, man, I don't think grappling is the solution. Honestly, I think you just need to. There we go, another rock right there for Dino. But yeah, that's what I mean. He just needs to be careful what he's throwing and when he's throwing. I do think he's making the right decision though. Like Darth's just trying to pressure him, you know. So I do think some body shots are definitely Oh, that was nearly a rock there. Some body shots wouldn't be a too far fetched. I think. Oh, he gets
There he
dropped
goes
there.
down again. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Stan. But it's
I
easier
do
said than
think
done
yeah.
when you've got the same
As he's
amount of
coming in
stamina
straight lead body
as
hook.
Dino has, and especially when Darth is picking his shot so well. And that's a
And he
beautiful
gets dropped
sidestep to
again.
jab hook. That was a great read by there, knowing that Dino keeps leaning with that jab. So yeah, Punisher really thinking he has his fight in the bag, throwing some jumping little crane kick there. The Carlos Condit special from UFC 2. That's a brilliant pull
Ooh.
counter by Dino there. Can he pull it off? No, he doesn't have enough stamina to finish that block breaking combo there. Could have gone for a head kick. But no, now Darth's piling up the pressure. It's nice to see Darth using his striking a bit. Like I said earlier in the fight, he hasn't been showing that he's desperate for the takedowns. He's been comfortably outstriking Dino, and we saw Dino with showing some great skill last week. So Don, in your opinion, like, do you think Dino's going to make it? What has he got to do now? Now he's at this stage in the fight. What can he possibly do to get the win back? Because there's no way with his stamina he's going to be able to outpoint and technically win this fight.
You got to fight smart, right? So, first of all, you're fighting somebody that can continuously has high endurance, has high wrestling. In the event that you are starting to punish him, the answer is rather clear. You need to pick your shots. You got to go for the slips. You have to be risky, and you got to hope that you can catch him while he goes to do something and there's a high vulnerability spike. You also don't want to get yourself pushed back, as you can see right here, and let your block continue to be diminished, because that's going to leave you on the mat. Um, Darth is continuing to move forward. He's continuing to put his hands inside of Aldo's face, and Dino's face, and is breaking the block and is ultimately damaging him. And if he continues to do this, I think that in the third round, Darth will be able to end it, especially right there.
Oh,
You
this is
can't afford to
over.
Beautiful
make
Oh
that
no,
hook.
it's not.
mistake.
This could have been over right now. Beautiful duck and slip though from Dino. Try
Just
and
missed the
extend this
straight.
fight more.
Absolutely. And that's another thing. You're going to be picking Jose Aldo. As it was put out before, yeah, if you get your leg checked or something like that, you might be pulling your back. But had he had been smart and delivered those leg kicks early, you probably could have stopped the pressure from Frank Gagner. But at this point now, it's too risky to do that. If you're going for the kill shot with head kicks, you're leaving yourself vulnerable if you miss. So it's really about picking
Oh,
your
this
Oh
shots.
is
no, this is not looking good.
dropped
Almost done.
again.
Yeah, that early pressure from Darth is really paying dividends right now, especially in this third round. You see, he got a knockdown early and fairly easily. So I think if
Oh,
I was
drops it.
just
Wow.
that was brilliant, perfectly timed slip counter there. I was just gonna say if Dino doesn't pull it something out the bag, then he's gonna get knocked out very soon. But no, he's shown a bit of success.
Oh,
But
that's
there we
dumb.
go, he's
Oh no, it's
folded.
not.
No, he's in
Oh.
guard.
Aldo's got heart, man.
He has. He's got. No, he's staying in here, but you know, this is
It's
where,
Darth's fault then.
yeah, this is Darth's world. The block slow
Poor
of
Labrador.
Dino, so yeah, this is not nice to see. I would have loved to seen some striking, but this is yeah, this is just a pounding from Darth right here. Classic Darth gameplay. We all know he loves the top game, loves to smash people in crucifix. This is his world here. He's just playing with Dino here on the ground, just not even trying to advance, just smashed him in full guard
Dino
with
needs
little
to
baby
break his
punches.
posture and go over and under, man. That's what he needs to do. One more and he's done.
Absolutely, but
Yeah.
that stamina's not looking good. And oh,
Yeah,
he
One
that,
could
more and
be
he's
out
done.
here.
that should be
He
it.
could be out. This could be it. And he is not letting Dino breathe for 1 second.
That's dumb.
Oh,
That's dumb. No, it's not.
he is hanging in there. Somehow
So many
he's
false
hanging in there.
finishes.
Wow. And he
Wow.
Jesus, look at
survives.
that
And he
head health.
survives that
Jesus,
onslaught.
that's a
But
jab.
I don't think
Oh,
this is
that's
going to
it.
go any further.
Yeah.
And looks like, yep, Darth closes the show with a beautiful hook right to the dome, and that sends Aldo to sleep. But yeah, that was just a really culmination of non-stop suffocating pressure, good grappling, ground and pound, and yeah, just the war of attrition finally paid off for Darth right there, Stan.
Oh yeah, 100%. I am impressed with Darth lately. He's, even when he was over on the Xbox side, PS4 side, he fought Drizzo, man, and he used Robbie Lawler, and he really impressed me. He's really good at mixing his strikes
Yeah,
up with his grappling, man. He's really
especially when
improved.
Drizzo's arguably one of the best strikers in the game. It's very
Yeah,
very impressive.
one of the best pressure fighters, and he pressured Drizzo. He out pressured him and knocked him out, man. So he's really good at mixing things up. Kudos to Darth. Maybe on his way to a title shot soon. Who knows? Maybe he
Absolutely,
contends the shot card. But yeah, man.
he was 4-0
Dana put on a good
on the
fight though.
PlayStation side.
He
He
had
even
a
has a win
good
over Advaita. It's very
good
very
few
impressive.
rocks in that fight, and yeah, great fight from both. Look to see both back in the octagon soon, man. What are your thoughts on the fight, Don?
I think it was Saint said pretty plain. Constant pressure, putting his hands inside of Aldo's
Oh,
face, and broke down the block of Dino. Dino practices a lot with Spider, and you can practice a lot with somebody that's throwing a lot of hands. But again, when you saw the combination of the groundwork and constant denials on the ground, I mean, and as we thought, every time we thought it might be over, the heart of Aldo kept pulling through, and to what avail, you know? So
Mm,
to see Dino in the future will be looking most likely to see how he adapts with the ground game and fighter selections that are going to yield dividends against somebody who has high endurance, like Frankie Edgar does.
yeah, definitely. Look at this next fight though.
yes, right before we talk about this next fight, I want to talk
Mm,
about the upcoming Mortal Kombat tournament. So
yeah,
this is the date for this Mortal Kombat card is July 7th, I believe. This tournament actually it's a tournament, so there'll be only one winner. It's going to be me. I'm sorry, boys, but my Scorpion is too much for everyone in this chat. So July 7th is the date of the tournament, and yeah, basically it's happening the next Xbox card. So so next week we're gonna have the PS4 card, and then next week after that it's gonna be the Mortal Kombat card. So July 7th, don't miss it, right? Can't wait
Can't wait, man.
to
It's
win
gonna
my
be
belt.
great.
Yeah. But anyway, let's take a look at the fight card. Let's see what we have next. And we finished the main card. We've had some great prelims and some great main card fights as well. But now we're on to the co-main event, and this is Unibot. This is a PS4 exclusive fight, and this is brilliant. This is the fight I've been most excited for all night. Unibot coming off a loss to the current ESFL champion, myself, and Papadok coming off a great win against IRN21, who is the current #1 ranked player in the world on PlayStation right now. Has the most division points anyone has ever got. So this is a good fight. I'm really interested to see how this goes down, especially in a 3-round fight. I'm not exactly sure which weight this could be at. It could be middleweight. It could be a classic, GSP versus Jacare matchup from these guys. So it's gonna be. I can't wait. That's all I'm gonna say. I cannot wait, Stan. I know you're all excited for this fight as well. You've had many interactions with Papadok and
Yep.
and Unibot.
Yeah, man. So obviously he's lost. Unibot's lost to you. So obviously he's not the champion anymore. He is sitting at #1 rank spot though. So I do think if he one good performance against a guy that's just beat someone like Aaron on the feet and put a performance like that, man, he could be back in talks of another fight with you, Ed.
Absolutely. It
So
won't take long. He's still up there, and
yeah,
it just take a few
100%.
one or two wins maybe to get another title shot. So and fighting a guy like Papadok, a former champion himself, is definitely a great way to get your name back up there and in the title shot picture for sure, Don. What are your thoughts on this matchup here? So these boys are ready to go.
Um,
So
I think it's I think what we're looking. I mean, right now, from what I can see, they're lining up, and we got a T Woodley pick potentially against a GSP pick. You're pretty much trying to nullify the takedowns with that kind of pick if you're going to pick Woodley here. Um, Overall, you got former ESFL champions, both of them.
these boys going lightweight,
So,
welterweight. I mean, interesting.
so what we're looking to kind of see is who wants it more, who's going to be more hungry, right? Who wants to get a shot
Whoa.
at the PS4 title?
Whoa, whoa,
And
whoa.
that is interesting.
I am in. Whoa. That is interesting. Stan, this is weird. From
You
Papadok picking Conor McGregor in welterweight. This is weird to see. Maybe
mirror
Papadok's
match.
found a new lease of life in this game. Maybe he's changed his style recently, because I know he's been working hard on his striking, and seen serious improvements with his Paulo Costa especially. But picking McGregor against Unibot, is that wise, Stan? Especially when
I
Papadok has a
mean,
grappling background.
100. I mean, he's come on. I do think Doc is the superior grappler, in all honesty. So it's quite interesting for him to fight fire with fire in this case against Unibot. Conor McGregor mirror match is always interesting, but against Unibot, I mean, we saw with Aaron, we all thought Aaron was going to beat him because we saw the Conor mirror match, but we're going to see if he can pull off the upset against Unibot tonight and look to implement his new style, man. What are your thoughts on this one, Don? This is crazy.
Well, my thoughts are stamina. Who's going to have the most stamina when it matters? And plus,
Yeah.
as you said, who has the better stand-up? We already know Doc's got a really good ground game, and Conor McGregor does have top game. I mean, not the best, but he can make something happen if he actually decides to bring this to the ground. Um,
Mm.
who's going to drain each other's stamina? Who's going to land the most important shots first?
Yeah.
At the striking battle, this is, I think, one of Conor McGregor's, I would say, out of all three divisions, this would be his least favorable, but yet they're both picking this.
Yeah, so
This
it kind
pick,
of balances it out.
right?
Yeah,
Right.
the thing to know about Unibot and Papadoc is that these guys are no joke. These guys know the ins and outs of the mechanics over hundreds and hundreds of games, hundreds of wins, hundreds of losses. These boys know how to conserve stamina, especially Unibot. He does a great job of it. Sometimes maybe the best I've seen, but we're gonna see how this goes here. It's starting out slow. Unibot using them feints, keeping it short. You know, never letting himself get into a disadvantageous position. Stand.
Watch out for Unibot's sidekicks, man. I'm very surprised he didn't throw it at the beginning of the fight there. He loves to throw a little jab sidekick right at the beginning of the fight, but he didn't throw it there. Look, we're already seeing Unibot going for the uppercut to the body. He's targeting the body of Papadoc. So yeah, we can already see the game plan here. And as Don said, you know, we're gonna look to see who's landing the more important shots first. Who's looking to make the biggest statement first? But we can already see Papadoc has less stamina than Uni, and that stamina is quite concerning after not even a minute's gone.
Oh, big whiff there by
So
Papadoc, and Unibot tries to capitalise on that, but Papadoc catches a kick. Stamina's looking coming down quite fast for Papadoc. Oh no, another big whiff. This is bad news for Papadoc. He has to be careful when he's throwing big kicks like that, especially like a guy against Unibot. He's a dangerous striker, not to be messed with. You know, you have to take it slow and serious against Unibot. But I'm not sure. I think Papdoc's just going to slowly try to make these adjustments. I don't think he's going to try and take it to the ground because McGregor's grappling stacks aren't really enough for Papdoc to work with, especially in a 3-round fight. But yeah, Unibot's keeping it slow paced, and there we go, Stan. Just like you said, the side kicks are coming out now.
mhm. Yeah, man. So, Conor McGregor does have the ground and pound level 1. So on the ground, he does have 98 power. But as you said, Ed, I don't think this is going to hit the mat unless someone catches a kick. I don't see anyone going for a clinch attempt or driving takedown with Conor McGregor. Let's be honest, or a slip straight double leg. Because come on, he hasn't even got stack guard. I don't believe he hasn't got anything from the guard position. So I don't
Ooh.
think there's going to be enough to be worked with in the 3 rounds, as you said, Ed. But you know, Unibot starting to at first he likes to feel out his opponents, but as you can see, he's already rocked Papadoc, looking to work the body and drain the stamina of Doc, because we all know Doc likes to go for a lot of kicks. So he's like, okay, if you're gonna go for kicks, I'm gonna make you pay the ultimate price for throwing them, which is a good game plan, Don.
I mean, we're already seeing the stamina advantage. It's evident.
Uni getting flashy.
That right. Yep. And that's the thing, right? But if Papadoc can, stay out of the range, which I mean, they both have the same range, but stay out of Unibot's range and make him miss, make him whiff, and avoid doing those flashy spinning back kicks, dumping spinning back kick to the body if you're not gonna, if you don't have the person stationary, because as you can see, both of those missed attacks have really drained Papdoc's stamina. So going forward, I mean, he needs to avoid getting hit with this body uppercut that's coming from Unibot. I mean, it's really taking a toll, and if he continues to land it, I can foresee him continuing to do combos to the body, and he's got to play to his strengths, man. You got to counter. He's looking to try to do a slip there, but, if he doesn't, he's going to get rocked again and get tagged with the right hand of McGregor. I mean, and he's usually a left-hand fighter.
Yeah,
So
very
this is
interesting.
good
Unibot
for
using McGregor in Orthodox. But Papadoc's kind of changing up his style now, pressuring him and landing
That
some good
switch stance
shots on
is good
Unibot
though, I'm
now.
pretty sure.
Yeah, he's got 99 or something like that. But yeah, Papadoc coming forward this time. Gotta be careful though. Unibot does a beautifully timed pull counter and rocks Papadoc, punishes him for coming forward there. Yeah, but Unibot always finds a home for that jab uppercut to the body especially when Papadoc comes forward. So expect to see him use that. There we go. We just saw it again. As Papadoc's pressuring, that's going to land every time. And it gives you a good frame advantage as well. Unibot's staying ahead now. He's got the body health low. He's ahead in this fight right now. All he's got to do is just chill out, win this round, not take any risks on the feet, play slow, calm, and technical, and he'll run away with the victory here. But Papadoc's got to turn up the volume now, start pressure and take more risks as he's down in this fight right now and he can't afford to take much more body damage, so he's going to have to try to get this fight done. Stan.
You know what? I'm liking the patience from Unibot, the man. He can pressure you when he needs to, but he can also be so patient, man. And when Doc was piling on that pressure, he was so patient, and he was just taking so many shots on his block, and then he just countered with the uppercut, and he was like, "All right, there you go, I've rocked you." And then Papadoc kind of just said, "Oh, so that's the possibility of me paying the Armor prize for pressure." And like he knows what can happen when he pressures a top player like Unibot like that. So he's like, all right, I'm going to be more cautious now, and I think he needs to be. He can't bum rush Uni like that. He needs to just kind of read up on Unibot's patterns, although he doesn't have a lot. But he
Very
needs to
difficult.
like sneak us straight in there somewhere, rock him, and
Oh,
maybe go
Unibot
for a spear.
getting
Oh,
rocked.
getting rocked
But
right there.
big
So
whiffs
Doc's
by
obviously
Papadoc.
won the round. Well, maybe evened out the round right there. Now it's about who can land the most significant strikes. Ruthless.
Absolutely, and I think that I think Papa Doc is doing very well with landing these mistimed attacks. You know, I mean, and again, to your point, Sin, he's Unibot. I mean, is doing so well with being patient here, and is using McGregor's full reach. And now he switches to Southpaw. This should be a little more interesting. And again, like I said, Papa Doc really needs to. Uh, be worried about taking those body shots, man.
Beautiful
I mean,
sidestep
that
there.
was a very beautiful sidestep, and that could have been very dangerous. But again, as I first predicted, who was going to have the stamina advantage coming into the third, and that seems to be Unibot. I'd say 2-0 Unibot, just because he's landing more effectively, even with both the rocks. That's my pick. What do you think about that, Ed?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. You made a great analysis there. But yeah, Unibot's looking really good and rocks Papadoc early in this round. Papadoc's got to be really careful here. He's got to pull something out of the bag because as I'm seeing it, Unibot is two rounds up, but Unibot's still got to be careful. Doc's been able to show that he can rock Unibot and pull out a big strike out of the bag, but Unibot's very dangerous, especially when you rock him. Always slips straight in, always looking for that uppercut, flying knee, whatever. You know, he's always dangerous, but he gets rocked again. But Papadoc slips back. This is beautiful to see. Stan, what has Papadoc got to do here? Is there any way he can come back, do you think?
Of course there is. He just needs to get some sort of vulnerability spike, or maybe it's too late to work grappling. He needs to try and knock him out on the feet at this point, because you're not gonna like submit Conor O'Connor because he hasn't got many submission options either on the ground. I think he just needs to kind of sneak a strike in there somehow, some way. Maybe set up a head kick of some sort, But I do what I like to point out about Uniboy is that what I really like about him is that he always sticks to the game plan. Once he knows what he's gonna do, he sticks to it, and he doesn't stop, no matter what it is. No matter how much you punish him for it, he will stick to the game plan because in his mind, he knows it's gonna work. If he keeps on going at it, it's gonna work eventually. But Dog's getting rocked a lot here. I don't think there's much more he can do. That stamina's getting low, body health's low, head health's low. I don't think he can do much
Yeah,
here. But
Unibot is
just
just
hope for a Hail Mary strike of some sort.
yeah. That's all we can really hope for now, Stan. But yeah, Unibot has just mastered the art of just throwing little pot shots in those windows when you're not able to strike back. You know, when you just finish your attack. So you're trying to counter strikes that you can't counter, and that that throws you off. That puts you in bad positions. That makes you whiff and drain stamina. And
Ooh.
we've just seen the culmination of all that work he's done there, finishing Papadoc with a beautiful shot in this third round here. But great fight by both. Respect to Papadoc, changing what he normally does, picking like guys like Jacare, picking grappling characters. But no, he showed that he can strike with the best, can rock, can rock Unibot and have some success against him. So it's very impressive performance by both. Good job.
Yeah, I mean, brilliant fight. Obviously, Unibot put on a clinic. Um, but yeah, Doc's as good as he is on the feet, he'll always be a grappler at heart. So I do think it's important to stick to what you really excel at, and that's one thing. We've seen over the weeks of another great top PS4 player of Advaita. He's what I mean, he's gone for the striking look recently, but we all know he excels in the grappling department. So I do think, Doc's kind of in the same boat as that. He did very well against Aaron. I think he kind of just caught Aaron off guard, but I think Uni was ready for anything. He's like, oh, I'm ready for a striking match because he gave Aaron that. And he's like, okay, he can go with anyone. I'm ready for his grab. I'm ready for his strike, and I'm ready no matter what. And Unibot had a plan, and he stuck to it, and he utilized that, worked the body to set up the head strikes, high low, kept Doc guessing, and yeah, Unibot's master plan came to fruition in that fight. But I'm not going to discredit Doc because Doc did very well. He rocked him a couple of times. And opportunities of his own. Did very well pressuring in the second round. But unfortunately, he didn't get what he thought he would get in this fight. Great fight by both. I cannot wait to see you guys on the next PS4 card if you sign up. But yeah, thank you for the fun fight, Don.
Absolutely.
I completely agree. I think that it just speaks volumes that Papadoc was willing to become, get out of his comfort zone and play around with Unibot. I feel like he, this being a good exhibition match and him just trying to show that he's not one dimensional. So, congrats to both of them. Looking forward to seeing them inside of the PS4 card and seeing them both rise back through the top of the ranks and both of them looking to get a shot at the title very soon. Even with that loss, one of those things where what if he was a grappler, but he wasn't, and still great fight and great performance beyond um, all of that. But now it is time for our main event: Pryoxis versus Swift Trickz. And gentlemen, I for one am extremely excited. Fought both of these two um, numerous amount of times.
Hmm.
Swift Trickz with his takedown denials that really make it difficult to pressure him um, with different offensive styles because he takes away at points your takedown ability, whereas Pryoxis, being the Xbox GOAT for titles for the ESFL for quite some time now. Uh, Thoughts, gentlemen?
And
It,
Pryoxis is one of my favourite people to watch in this game, and probably the most fun guy to play on this game because me and Pryoxis both have similar mindsets and approaches in this game. It's very just fun, flowy, and technical when we fight. It's going to be a joy to watch and commentate over this. But speaking about Tricksy, now I saw his fight last card. My guy Swift Trickz, that was his name back then. But he's feeling himself a bit. He's changed his game attack. He's spent that $7.99 to get a new little look. So he's confident coming into this fight, I bet. But yeah, I was very impressed with him. His last fight, I can't exactly remember who it was. It's escaped my memory, but I was very impressed with some of the techniques that he showcased. I saw quite a lot of things that I use myself, so I was very impressed by him. And now he's fighting a big challenge in Pryoxis, so it's gonna be a weird one.
On the count of three,
Ooh.
I want everyone in this arena to scream at the top of
yeah,
your
man. So
lungs.
we all know
Yeah.
that
Fuck the Mayweathers!
Proxys has a
I did not know
mean
what that
Rafael
was.
dos
Right,
Anjos.
anyway, without further ado, let's get into this fight, okay? Let's check the picks. We got Pryoxis using Rafael dos Anjos. I believe that that Conor McGregor soundbite you had right there was from my channel on OBS, where if someone subscribes to me, that happens. So apologies for that. But anyway.
Oh, it finally happened.
Yep,
we
it
talked
happened.
about that
I
earlier.
did say this before the card, but oh well, here we are.
Well, for whomever subscribed to Ed Parker's YouTube channel, thank you very much for supporting him. Please remember to subscribe to both the Twitch channel for ESFL Gaming and YouTube as well.
Absolutely. I'm sure next week we'll have the Twitch streams and YouTube streams up and running. I think there's an issue with the app you use to be able to combine like 2 streams at a time. So, yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah,
we're
the
going
Twitch stream is up now.
It is?
Yeah, it's up. It's running. Yeah.
What? No
It's
way.
been up for like the last.
No
it's
way
been up
has it been
all
up.
the way
What
from
do
the
you
main
mean?
card. Yeah, it's been up since the main card.
No way. And I've just been sitting in this dead YouTube chat. Are you joking me? Wow, I did not even realise. Thanks, boys.
Well, I
Damn.
thought you
Nah,
knew.
but
I
we
thought
got
you were
like
the guy
70. We got
controlling.
like 70 people. This is a we got like over 100 people in this. And we got 70
Oh,
people. We have more people watching the YouTube than we have on Twitch. It's a weird one.
that's
Guys,
good.
What's up, Stan?
I've just noticed the picks here. We all know Pryor likes to go for the takedowns, but
Yeah.
Swift Trick's pick Connor, but that sub defense is very suspect. And I know, because it's a 5 rounder, man. Pryoxis's leg kicks are lethal, and he's definitely going to look to utilize that. I know for a fact he's going to look for some leg kicks with RDA because that's one of his strong points. He's going to look to just utilize the jab and stay out of Connor's range, man, and look to grapple. Fake those double legs, go for those tie clinch attempts, because he's very good at that. Maybe fake a single, go for a normal single. So many different things Pryor's good at. I watch him quite a lot. um, I watched him from when ESFL first started as well. As a fighter, he's developed extremely well. Becoming one of the Xbox greatest of all time fighters. So Swift
He really
Tricks
is a
is
true OG of
right
the
here,
game, Pry.
looking to pull off the upset, and we're gonna see if he can do that here with a Conor McGregor pick. Look to just absolutely start. If he absolutely starts his Pryoxis, you need to get this man a title shot.
Oh,
But
absolutely. This is a number one
Pryoxis,
contender fight, so the winner of this fight will is
oh yeah.
confirmed. They will be fighting for the belt. So
Brock's
this
looking
is
to
it's
come back and
interesting.
make a statement. He wants that
Yeah,
belt
he
back.
wants that belt back that he vacated and never lost. If I'm correct, I believe he
Yep,
vac. So technically, this guy's a champion right now.
coming
Technically,
and touching them up right now.
yeah, we're
What are
gonna
your thoughts
see.
on this fight, Don?
Um, this is intriguing, right? Because as I said before, true practitioner of the game UFC 3, his stand up it cannot be denied. He just knows what you're gonna do, man. He really does. I mean, if you really think about it, he fakes a lot. He makes you think. He makes you second guess, and because of that, he's successful. Then you have Swift Tricks, right? Who pretty much, as you already saw, he denied the tie clinch attempt from Pry off of the fake takedown attempt, which is very hard to do. You have to time that perfectly, and you'll constantly see Swift Tricks doing Swift Tricks, right? So if he sees you're about to go for a takedown, he'll immediately put you in double under and get out of that situation. He'll go for the, which I don't really even know what this is called. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's a rear body kick.
Ooh,
Ooh, it might be a rear body kick,
Beautiful.
but that was a
switch kick,
beautiful rear
lovely.
uppercut. That's incredible,
Yeah,
incredible rock there by Pryoxis. Now it tried to initiate the grappling, very smart, trying to get to the ground after securing the round right there. But yeah, beautiful job by Pryoxis, keeping it slow, still popping the jab out, even though he's ahead in the fight with a rock. He's not showing
That
any urgency to
stamina,
waste that
man.
stamina. That was a beautiful
absolutely.
combo there. Beautiful uppercut to two body hooks. Pryoxis is a master at picking his shots, just making the game look so beautiful. Stan.
Truly does, and he uses RDA to his full perfection. I'm
Oh
sorry,
yeah.
Sam. Go for it.
Oh, no, it's fine. Yeah. Oh, he rocks him there. Swift Tricks
Oh,
looking to fire
beautiful
back right
uppercut.
here.
Gotta be
Oh,
careful.
Pryoxis rocks him. This is crazy. Double
Oh
leg high
my
picks
word.
him up and slams him.
This is a
This is an
great main
insane
event. This is a
fight right
great
here,
start
lads.
to a
Yes.
great
So
main event.
we're gonna see if Pryoxis can take that experience from PlayStation, from the side control, and he's gonna look to deny. No, but he doesn't right here. He's gonna get top mount, and he's gonna look to see if he goes for a submission. So Pryoxis is very good at submissions. He's gonna go for the armbar here. He's gonna look to finish him early. We're gonna see if he can get it. He steps over first gate, second gate now. He's using. Oh no, he gets out, but now he's in the guard of Rafael dos Anjos, which isn't any better.
Pryoxis
Let's
is
be
good.
honest.
As good as he is on top as he is off his back. He's just a very well-rounded guy. He's a master striker and he's a master submission guy and just a master grappler. It's a joy to watch, and he's having fun here in this fight. Pryoxis, he's definitely ahead in this fight. He's got a lot more rocks, landing the cleanest strikes, got the
Hmm.
good top control, and he's ahead in the fight with the stamina advantage. I'd like to see him chop the leg down though in the second round of this fight though. What do you think, my guy, Big Ruthless Tom? What do you think?
That's good. anyway, I'm the story is it's written in the numbers, right? I mean, he's just not going for the leg kicks, but he is going for that body, and he's landing that switch kick, and also picking he's making Swift Tricks uncomfortable here.
Mm.
He went through and he did the double leg after getting the rock, which was that's usually when grappling advantage is typically the highest. It's one of the hardest times to deny a takedown, and because of this and because of the way this fight has begun already, Pryoxis is ahead, man. I mean, it's a clinic. Stan, what's your thoughts?
Oh well, my thoughts are
And
Pryox definitely won that
Oh, this
first
is what I
round.
like to see.
Nice,
I love a judo
nice
counter.
double
You know that,
counter.
Stan.
Yeah, we know you do, Ed, mate.
Brilliant
Yeah,
job.
that's yeah. Enough of that, Ed. So we're
Nah,
gonna
if you boys want to know how
get
to
back
do the
into
judo
this.
counter, I'm joking. But Sam,
Yeah, nice switch kicks here. Look at that body health of Swift Chicks already, man. Pryor's going.
chopping that body
He's
down.
he's he's trying to make
Mhm.
his
Such great kicking
Oh,
placement and
Swift Chicks
timing.
is doing extremely well denying those fake takedowns into clinch
Yeah, he's
attempts. I
not
think he's
biting.
done his
He's
homework
not
with
biting on
Pryor
that.
100%. But now he's going to look to pressure Pryor with that box. And I think that's what he really needs to do. Um, but yeah, Pryor's looking to just keep the distance, take his time, not trying to rush anything. Because we know Swift Tricks is trying to pressure. Every time Pryor goes in to engage with Swift Tricks does a standing combo. So Pryor's making reads on that. He's like, no, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to fake a few strikes, get in there, land a little body straight, and make him waste his stamina trying to fire back. But Swift Trick's doing a nice little body kick there, and he's done a little side kick
Very
there.
nice.
Gonna look to yeah, just fire back. He lost that first round. He really needs to start capitalizing on this second, Ruthless.
Swiftrix kind of looks like he's finding his flow a little bit here, but yes, kind of looking a bit more even here in this second round here, Don.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's he's starting to find a rhythm and he's starting to pick his shots appropriately. I mean, this is what you have to do as McGregor. But one of the things that I've noticed that he's doing is there's a lot of like that was perfect and that was I don't
Very
know if
well
that was
timed.
planned. Yes, but it was
Probably
very
tried
well
to just
timed.
do a side kick.
Right, and now he's starting to make this a war of attrition, right? Because he's also going for the body, and now he's making it difficult. And also, you have to look at it this way: it really only takes a good left hand from McGregor to rock
Oh,
Dos Anjos, and that was a
Oh, big
great,
shot there.
great timing on the high kick. Ed. So as again somebody who can comment fairly well with Pryoxis and about him. How do you think this performance is so far?
Well, this is just classic Pryoxis right here, just picking his shots, you know, easily finding his way to get
won
ahead in the
another
fight.
one.
Oh man,
Yeah,
Trickz needs to watch out. But yeah, Pryoxis is really good at getting ahead and staying ahead for like all 5 rounds in the fight. Pryoxis is fine if he goes to decision, and fine if he gets a early finish or late finish. He's not here to rush. He's here to slowly pick you apart. He loves the slow paced fights, a lot like myself. But
Nice hook there.
Trickz,
Oh, and he rocks him.
nice.
ooh, bang, could have won the
And
round back
it's
just
At
just
the
like
end of
that.
the
again,
round there.
and one
Yeah,
thing to notice, gentlemen, he's continuously landing that switch kick to the body as Trixie's is backing up, and he's making it difficult to read. He's not. It's very and again unpredictable. And it's landing. It's effective, and
Mm.
it's not only just training the body. It's training the stamina primarily. And McGregor, I mean, as he rears his head toward the fourth round, this isn't looking good. The longer this fight goes on, so long as now that was great timing. But so long as he can continue to do that, Pryoxis should have, and again, landing it
that
and
I
catching
don't
it.
know if that body health is gonna last 3 more rounds,
Oh,
Don.
and he knocks him down.
Uh-huh.
Beautiful jab lead uppercut combo, traps him right in the frame trap. That's beautiful to see. And then shoots Pryoxis ahead in these scorecards, man. Swiftrick's body health is looking like it's on the downfall right now. Pryoxis has done a great job landing them body uppercuts to the body, and he doubles it up. That's beautiful, and all those switch kicks
Ooh,
adding up
duck and
as
run
well.
outs.
Nice, almost just glances ahead with that. Nice leg kick as well. Want to see more of that. It's still Strictly is still dangerous. He's still got a bit of stamina left, and you want to chop him down as much as you can, Stan.
And another one. Yeah, man. So Pryoxis is definitely 2 rounds up in this. So Swift is trying to make something happen, but one thing Pryoxis has always been good at is just staying calm, staying patient, picking people apart. As we saw at the beginning of the first round, Tricks was starting to pour it on Pry, but then Pry was just staying calm. He's like, no, and another head kick. He's doing
Wow.
so well setting those head kicks up with those switch kicks, man. And he drags him to the cage. He's probably no, he's not gonna break it. He's gonna look to take him down and the right thing to do, in my honest opinion. Just play out the round, get 3 rounds up, and then he can be patient for the rest of the fight. He's gonna switch to a single leg here. He's gonna go for a body lock, kind of gets him into side control.
Wow.
Good stuff by Pry,
That
and
is very, very, very
Trickz
smart stuff from
Trick's
Pry
gonna do
there.
the right thing. And he's got the
Great
denial.
gameplay.
He's gonna
That's
go for a Kimura.
perfect
No, he's
tactics
gonna be
from Pry. That's
him,
what we
keep
wanted to
kneeing.
see.
Now
Yep.
he's gonna go for that Kimura, and he gets denied, and that was great timing and great chess match ability from Trixie to recognize that was what was gonna happen. But now he's been denied again, and I wouldn't be surprised if Pry's looking again to get that Kimura off, or at least advance into a positive position. Right now, he doesn't have to at all. I mean, he's just denying to go to half
That
guard, and
body is shot.
now it is show shot, and all it's going to take is one perfectly timed switch kick, and this fight is and
Yeah,
he
it's
will be
done.
rocked.
Pry's doing a great job of securing those denials. Didn't manage to get it there, but he wouldn't be able to get those denials if he didn't constantly spam LB. It gives him slows down the guy's transitions by 5% every time you spam the left button. So make sure you use that tactic, guys. Don't tell anyone though.
Is that true? That's really true? You spam LB and that slows it down? Well,
Shh! I
I
told you
now
not to say
know
anything, Don.
what's...
I told you not to say anything, Don.
Are you serious? That Butler could do that? Oh man, I'm hopping on after this.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? That is ridiculous. The spam LB.
I mean, if
Wow.
Pryoxis does it, it must work, mate. Alright, anyways.
Let's see.
Round 4 in this fight. Pryoxis is ahead by 3 rounds. So, he's got Trickz's body health very, very low here. Pryoxis
He's
can
gonna
just
play it
sit
so
back,
nicely.
play it safe, nice and safe how he does. Because, he can sit back and just lose the next 2 rounds and still win the fight, Tricksy's the one who has to come to him. But,
Oh, nice pull.
beautiful
straight.
pull counter. No, managed to catch the switch hook that time. But yeah,
Look at
Trixie
and
has
you
to
know
come
what?
to him, man. You were saying,
Funny
Don?
enough, they're both rather innocent. They're both rather even in their
Oh,
strikes.
body knee.
But
Oh, uh-oh.
double uppercut, and this should be.
It should be done
okay.
soon. Trixie's doing a good job of staying in there, not getting knocked out. He's caught a lot of prize body kicks recently, but I think he's made that adjustment a little bit too late because his body health is ruined right now. One kick, one knee, and he's gonna have chicken legs again.
And
100%,
again
man.
with that
And
front
another
high
head
kick.
kick.
He's
It's a
falling
flying
for
knee
that
him.
every time. Jesus. Prize him for coming in for the kill. This could be it. It's
Nice
close
side
to the
kick.
end. Nice, great. Very smart with Trixie to get that distance. Breathe a little. Beautiful.
Yeah, man.
Pull back.
Look at the stamina as well on Trixie.
Yeah, Trixie's gassed right now. Praxis. And that
Oh,
body is
that's
so
good.
low.
That's done. It's gonna be done now.
Oh,
Yeah. That's done. That's done.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
it.
all over, man. Stop the fight. It's all
Great
over, man.
fight. Great fight. And one end. What a fight and one end to a great card we've had this evening. Congratulations to Pry. Pry is now the #1 contender on the Xbox side for ESFL, so it's going to be interesting to see him fight Styles next, after the next week's Mortal Kombat card, or in 2 weeks, sorry. But yeah, that's incredible. What a fight. That's classic Pryoxis, looked great from start to finish. Trixie had some success and some really good moments, but Pryoxis just seemed to take over in that fight. Yeah, it's great to see, and yeah, I love fights like those. Stan, what do you think, mate?
Yeah, great fight. Trixie was just he poured it on early in the first, as I said before. Um, but he just couldn't keep the momentum going because Pryor is just so calm, cool, and collected every time. His patience is what wins in fights, man, and patience is key, man, especially when you're fighting the ESFL, man. If you're just patient, you stay composed. That's the main thing of winning your fights. If you can just even if you're getting beat up, man, just remember your game plan. Remember what you have to do in order to win the fight, and that's what Pry is very good at. Unibot and Pryoxis are kind of the same in that aspect. They stick to the game plan. They stick to what they have to do. They know what they have to do. And Pry was so patient, got him in side control, completely destroyed his body. And when he stood up, he was in no rush in the fourth round to finish him off. He was waiting for the right time, just picking him apart with a jab, then release the switch kick, rock the body, and then just beat him up even more. So it was a great fight, but kudos to Trixie Pop, a great fight. Even when he got body rocked, man, he did a very
He
good
stayed
job
in
in
there as long as he
recovering.
could and did a good
Exactly,
job of
man.
stopping some of
So
Price's attacks.
it
It
was
was
a good
great.
fight by both, man,
Yeah.
honestly, and I can't wait for both of them to be back fighting again. Trixie, he'd be back one or two more fights, man, and he'd be back in the title shot picture. So
Absolutely,
good
you're
fight
right.
by both. Hope to see them back soon. What are your thoughts on the fight, Ruthless?
Excellent work from Pryoxis to continue to pick his shots effectively and to make the fight his own. Pryoxis has said it on his stream numerous times. One of his top game plans is to attack the body after slips and such, right? So with
Mm,
that being said, you can take a look and back at this fight, and you'll see effective body uppercuts, effective body hooks, effective. The primary weapon that he used was that switch kick to the body, and
mm,
that was for the first 3 rounds. And then in the fourth round, you definitely saw Trixie catching it a lot more because it was more of an urgency for that defense. But overall, just excellent work from Pry and excellent work from Trixie to stop Pry from pushing toward the ground game after he did the double underhook denial and judo counter to the double leg in the third or the second round. So I mean, Trixie did do what he wanted to do. But Pryoxis came to for war tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That was just a great fight. I love that performance from Pry. I always love watching Pry's fight, and that was just, that was the reason why there is brilliant. But before we end this tonight, I just want to say how much of a great card it's been. I've had great fun being in the booth with my guy Ruthless Don and Savage Stan. It's been a pleasure. But before we end this all, like I said, I want an answer from you two boys. What was your favourite fight of the night?
do you want to go first?
Um, Darth and Declan. That was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
It was that was the punch to oblivion. But honestly, let me think. My favorite fight of the night. I gotta look back at the card just to make sure I can say their names correctly.
Well, while you're sorting that out, I think I'm gonna say mine is Hammer versus Preacher. That was my favorite fight of the night. That was just incredible. Bruce Lee pick from Hammer didn't pay off, but yeah, it was a very entertaining fight to call. Stan.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate that Hammer didn't get the victory. I thought that he definitely was looking to use Bruce Lee's amazing karate skill. Um, Unfortunate, but he gave his all. Honestly, I liked the technical work from Spider and Slick Colt. I thought that was
Yeah, that was a
very
beautiful
interesting to
fight.
see. It was very beautiful to see Spider continue to, just deliver his game plan. And even though it ended in decision, it wasn't a flashy knockout by any means, uh, like Dabikin was with Prodigies, but it was just a good fight overall. You saw someone who, with more striking ability, continuously get back up on his feet against arguably the one of the best grapplers in this game today, Jacare, and that's my pick of the night.
Awesome, Stan. What are you saying?
Yeah, man. So I've actually got a few things I would like to say here. I do think the knockout of the night definitely went to Declan. I think that in order to say no to that, I think just don't. That has to be
That
knockout of the
tweet's
night. Send
gone
him to the
viral already,
shadow
Stan.
realm.
Onza tweeted
It
out to
has.
Jeff Harrower.
It should have done.
It's viral now.
So
20,000 likes.
I do think there's two fights of the night. I do, in my honest opinion, I think that's Unibot and Doc, and
Oh
I
yeah, for
think it
sure.
was
Performance
Spider
of the
and
night.
Slickcoat. A performance of the night went to Pryoxis. That was a
Oh yeah,
flawless
for sure.
performance, in my honest opinion.
Agreed.
Yeah. Actually, to be honest with you, what's his name? Bez did very well against Buck as well
Oh
earlier on in the
yeah,
card, but
he showed
I
he was the daddy in that fight, Stan. Remember?
I do think that Pryoxis' performance was just untouchable though, because I mean he got rocked like what once, and then he just returned it. I'm pretty sure it was flawless. But yeah, man, yeah, that was my thoughts on the card. But obviously, before we end it, I'd like to say we apologize for the the
Yeah, we've
technical
had a few technical
difficulties
difficulties
during the
tonight.
fight before the stream and stuff like that. Obviously, the Twitch chat is back up, so I want to thank you guys for being patient, and obviously I want to thank you guys for making this all possible, because without you guys, the ESFL just isn't possible.
Yes,
So
we've had
you
a
know what I
great
mean.
turnout tonight. We had about like 50 or 60 or something like that in the Twitch chat, and we had 90 at one point in the YouTube chat. So
Mm.
appreciate that, guys.
And
Very
obviously,
nice.
I want to thank these two for being in the booth with me. Lovely gentlemen. Yeah,
Ah,
and I hope
you're a
everyone else
sweetheart.
enjoys their night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sweet.
Sean,
Right.
thanks.
Any final words, Don? I'm not
Um,
executing you.
uh, it was awesome to get to do this again. It's been a while since I streamed, and it was fun to call this fight. I definitely will be watching and trying out the spamming LB trick. See if
Oh
that
yes.
works. Other
Don't
than
say it
that,
out
it was a
loud.
pleasure to work with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Likewise
thank
with
you
the
very
Don. It
much,
was
man.
nice to meet you as well.
Yeah, same here,
Pleasure.
man. It was good to work with you this card, man.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure.
Definitely won't be the last time. Alright, boys. Thank you all for
Remember the
watching.
MK card though. Ed, tell him
Yes. Oh,
one more
yes. The
time.
Mortal Kombat card, July 7th. In 2 weeks' time, the next Xbox card will be MK card instead. So you Xbox guys will have to sit out for a week and watch the superior PS4 and O
Oh,
card.
jeez.
So,
You had to put that in there.
right. Anyway, right, we're going to end it now. Appreciate everyone watching again. Peace out, lads. Thank you very
Just
much.
see you guys later. Have a good night.
See ya.